14 North Division championships. And when you look at this as being the 12th meeting in the past 15 seasons, both teams have been nationally ranked when going head-to-head. Tells you an awful lot. I remember 2015, the year that Northwest won the national championship. EMCC unfortunately disqualified at the end of that season, but that was a year that EMCC won that regular season matchup by 3 touchdowns here on this field. Northwest is guided by 7th-year head coach Benji Parker in his 17th season overall as a junior college football coach. And the Rangers are 4-0, taking on 3-1 EMCC. And Glenn, it doesn't get any better than this. Let's talk a little bit about the Rangers. What kind of style of play are we going to see them offensively tonight?
Well, Jason, they are a very, very talented team. You'll see them kind of try to put you on some islands, if you will, get some one-on-one matchups. They're a team that coming into tonight has rushed the football, averaging about 4.5 yards per attempt. That's pretty stout in this league. And passing the football, they've averaged about 224 yards passing per game. So they kind of mix it up pretty good. But they're a team that will try to create those mismatches, and they will try to open up the run with the pass.
So defensively, they've always had a stout unit, but for the most part, against EMCC, they've given up some yardage and some points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But who hadn't against East Mississippi, Jason? I mean, that's just I don't mean to rain on the parade, but who hasn't? I mean, really. Buddy Stevens does a fantastic job of exploiting weaknesses of the defense and finding ways to make plays happen. And we saw it last week. I mean, just some minor adjustments here or there, and before you know it, East Mississippi got rolling, and Gulf Coast just couldn't get the train stopped.
Yeah. Looking at EMCC and some of the offensive numbers, the Lions come in averaging 436 yards a game offensively, 121 on the ground, 315 through the air, and they're scoring 40 points a contest as this offense, Glenn, has really picked it up. With Eli Anderson kind of getting comfortable. You heard Buddy talk about it just a little bit about going out and executing and kind of becoming a sophomore in a freshman season for him. Do you feel like he's done that in the last couple of games? I know they kind of spit and sputtered to start, but once they figured things out with Mississippi Gulf Coast defensively, this offense couldn't be stopped.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's scary about these guys and this offense. Jason, they have put these numbers up basically on halves of football. They haven't put together a 4-quarter game yet. Last week, they were down 31-7 with 8 minutes left to go in the third. And the offense was just abysmal. I mean, couldn't get anything done. And then all of a sudden the switch flipped, and Eli Anderson got hot as a firecracker, and it was just amazing to watch. And we've seen that almost every game. East Mississippi hasn't put together the 4 quarters yet. I hope they do it tonight.
All right, let's go down on the field for the coin toss.
I'll let it hit the ground. What did he say? He said tails.
And Brad Solomon. Right game, Captain. First second half.
Jason, Glenn, the Rangers have won the toss and they've deferred to the second half. So the Rangers will defer to the second half.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. So the Rangers winning the toss, they've deferred to the second half. They're going to be kicking from right to left, and we're about to have kickoff here in just a moment. Back in 1 minute with the opening kick. This has been Lions pregame on the EMCC Football Network. It's a top 10 battle in North Division play. Northwest has come out onto the field. They're across the way looking like the Columbia Lions. They've got powder blue pants, white jerseys, blue numbers, and they've got a powder blue helmet. EMCC is going to be in their black helmet with the skull and crossbow logo on either side, black face mask, red jerseys with the black numbers outlined in white, and they've got the black pants. So it's going to be a very colorful game between these two. The hype video is playing to our right, and we're a minute and 19 away from the opening kick. So, Glenn, keys to the game in all facets.
Keys to the game tonight, Jason. It's nothing special. Get Eli Anderson out to a fast start. The offense has got to start fast. We cannot take a half off and then come back and play a second half against this bunch. This bunch is really good and will put you away early if you do that. Defensively, do not give up the big plays. Special teams, we've got to make all our kicks. We've got to set up a big return here or there and give ourselves good field position.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Eli Hamlin is going to come out onto the field to kick this one for Northwest, as the Rangers will be kicking from right to left. They're going to set it up at the 35-yard line. EMCC now huddled up around midfield, around Buddy Stevens, as we're getting set for the kick return team to come out here momentarily, and we expect to see Canarius Callaway out there here on the near side. Mark Britt usually goes to the top hash, and we'll see him trot out onto the field now, and that's exactly what's going to happen here, as we've got they're going to throw in, instead of Mark Britt, they're going to throw in Carl Robertson, who is going to trot out and stand at the 10-yard line. So we're already at 66 degrees, a beautiful night for JUCO football in this MAC North Division clash. Hamlin's going to put his right foot into it, and it's high end over end. It's going to be a short kick, and it's going to be taken by Robinson at the 15. Comes near hash at the 20. Gets between the hash and the numbers up to the 30-yard line, and he is going to be stopped there. So that's going to be a 15-yard return. Jamart Green's going to knock him off his feet. And so Carl Robinson gets his first start at kick return, and Glenn, he gets him 15 yards up to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, great field position. Anything above the 25, you take all day long. So let's see what happens offensively. Let's see, can we play 4 quarters of offense? That's what I want to see us do. Of course, us with 2 quarters of offense is pretty soft.
So Eli Anderson's going to be in the shotgun. Marion Howard's going to be flanked off his right hip. Trips wide side of the field across the way. A 3-man front for Northwest. Will await the shotgun snap from the 30. Play action. Firing it near side. And he threw it behind Duke Miller at the 40-yard line. And it's going to be incomplete. Duke kind of cut in like on a skinny post, and he threw it like he was throwing towards the sideline, so it falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was a side adjustment right there. Eli saw the hitch being open, and it was, but also the slant was open, and they just weren't on the same page. 2nd down and 10.
Now flanked off the right shoulder is Howard. Here's the shotgun snap from the 39. He's bottled up, and he's going to be dropped around the 30-yard line, so no gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 situation. Jay Adams, defensive back, is going to creep up to the line of scrimmage and make the stop. So it's a 3rd down and 11 situation. Lost about a half yard on the play, and with the clock at 14:30 and rolling here in the first quarter, EMCC facing a possession down here. 3rd and 11, the snap from their own 30, swinging it out of the backfield. It's caught near side, outside the numbers, and then diving up to the 40-yard line, Marion Howard, and he's going to be shy of the first down by a yard. He got 10. Byron Tank Pearson will drop him there around the 40, so it's 4th down and 1, and it looks like they're going to call the offense to the near side. They're going to punt this one away. Glenn, this is one of those games where you have to play it very cautiously.
Yeah, this is opportunity to pin them deep, and 4th and 1 at the 40, you have to punt it. If you're at the 45, it might be a little bit different, but we're so early in the contest, it's kind of a bit of a chess match, if you will.
So DT Sheffield, who had a really big game against EMCC a season ago, is going to stand inside his own 25. Snapback is good. The kick is good. And taking over his shoulder inside the 20 is Sheffield. Outside the numbers, tries to cut back middle of the field. And then your hash gets up to the 21. So he gains 2 on the play, but ran a long way. So EMCC defensively will have 80 yards to defend. Josh Ham, the long snapper, is going to make the tackle.
Good directional punt right there. Pinned them in between the bottom of the numbers in the sideline and then allowed your return team to get on down there. So that's a good job right there. You only have to cover a third or less of the field width when you can directional punt like that. 13:29 to go here in the first quarter. Northwest football.
Ren Heffley will be the quarterback. He'll send his H-back in motion from the right side of the line out to the slot position near side. He takes the snap, looks near side, throws it towards the sideline, and it is caught at the 29 and diving up across the 30 up to the 31-yard line. And that is one of their top receivers who's going to make the grab, and that is Jacob Horn out of Tupelo, Mississippi. Reggie Neely will knock him off his feet. And if Jacob Horn sounds familiar, you know the last name, as his father played at ICC and for the New Orleans Saints. So it's first down, 10 to go. First down of the game for Northwest on their first play. 13:02, county clock, first quarter. Clapping his hands is Heffley. He's going to take the snap. He leaves it with his tailback, goes straight up the gut, and he bounces to the near side. He has plenty of real estate as he gets into Lions territory down to the 42. And that's going to be a big gain that time by Jamarian Bracey, who's out of Bryant, Arkansas, has 365 yards to his credit on the year. Keno Shelby with his second tackle of the game.
He's a big, strong back, Jason, listed at 6'1", 250.
And as you mentioned, they're going to want to run the football early and often tonight. They set up three wide as the H-back goes in motion. Here's the snap. Heffley is going to fire it on a screen pass near side. It falls incomplete. He was trying to throw it out of the backfield to his tailback.
Bracey, he just tripped on his own feet. Yeah. Nobody around him.
He just fell backwards around the 45. Spot of the football is the Lion 42. It's 2nd and 10. There was nobody out there in defense.
Yeah, Bracey's a big guy. He's 250 pounds at 6'1". That weight gets shifted one way or the other, you're going to fall.
Shotgun snap. Here's the turn and handoff to Bracey, who comes down the numbers near side, and he's not going to have the first down. He's going to be well shy. But it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 after he gets down to the 36-yard line, and that's a gain of 5 on the play. Jamari Evans is going to make the tackle. Correction, that's a gain of 6. Here's the snap. Bracey with a handoff, has nothing but real estate near side, tries to get to the numbers down to the 25-yard line, and he's going to be taken off his feet there by the Lions. And making the tackle for EMCC, Keno Shelby, defensive back, making another tackle on this drive. Clock rolls under 12 minutes to play. First quarter, no score. So a new tailback out there for the Rangers, and that's going to be Caden Betts out of Corinth, Mississippi. 6 foot, 220 pounds. Heffley will shift his H-back from left to right. Turns, hands it off after the snap to his tailback, and that's Betts, who goes around the right side, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, just slightly behind the 36, and that's Keyshawn Lawrence who'll make the stop for the Lions defense. So it's 2nd down, and we'll call it 11. Caden Betts out of Corinth, 20 carries, 129 yards on the season, and 1 rushing touchdown. Heffley will have trips set up wide side of the field near side. Ball's going to rest on the right hash. We're awaiting the snap. He claps his hands from the pistol formation, and it's going to be a false start. So it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 16 situation after they mark off the penalty yardage.
Let's go down to Chris on the sideline, see if he knows who was the guilty party.
Hadn't got a number yet, but guys, it definitely was a false start on there, and so back them up there and let them do it again.
So now the ball will rest on the 31-yard line of EMCC. Thank you, Chris. By the way, he'll be reporting from the sidelines tonight. And once again, it's another false start. And that's Sheffield, top of the field over there, getting a false start at his receiver position, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, that was him that time, definitely. It was very obvious who it was on that particular play. So it was a wide receiver that was moving.
I'm being corrected here, saying that was
I think it was E.J. Mason.
It was E.J. Mason. I beg your pardon. It was jersey number 1.4. Sheffield is lined up here on the near side. Yeah, that is one. That is Mason. Probably should trust my spotters or watch the game from my binoculars. How about that? The numbers aren't that difficult to see on the white jerseys. It's dark blue numbers. They do have powder blue pants and helmets, as we mentioned. It's a 2nd down and 21 after the false start. So back-to-back pre-snap penalties on Northwest. So 2nd and 21. Ball's going to rest around the 36. Sheffield comes in motion from near side to far. Here's the snap to Heffley in the pistol formation. Fires at right sideline, has a man at the first sticks, the 25, and it's incomplete, and it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 21.
Yeah, I think you heard footsteps right there as the defensive back on that side had made a good break on the football. The wide receiver, number 13, was open for just a minute, but it didn't take long for that DB to close the gap, and he didn't want any part of that ball.
Yeah, he was looking for Kevin Diaz, and Diaz couldn't come up with it. So 3rd down, 21, shotgun formation. In motion is Betts out of the backfield and back to pass and throwing it. He was looking for Diaz again, sideline route on the other side, and it's incomplete at around the 32. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 21. Interesting play call there on 3rd and long. I mean, I know you're probably going to go for it.
4-down territory,
yeah,
maybe, but they may take a delay and back them up.
Yeah, they're going to kick this one away. Chris, I think they were ready to punt it anyway on that play call, just trying to play it safe.
Yeah, they were going ahead and moving on the field, so you knew they were definitely going to punt. But I like Glenn's call there, where I think they might take a delay here and back up just a little bit more.
Yeah, there's 9 on the play clock. Now 7, 10-16. Clock stopped here in the first quarter. Snap is back, and the kick is up, and it's a high spiral. It's going to be short bounce at the 15, and it's going to take a lion roll at the numbers back to the 20. That's Shade Foster out of Pearl, Mississippi. He has pinned 3 inside the 20 so far this season, averaging 34 yards per kick. And so EMCC came up big there defensively, but that's also some gifts by Northwest. The Rangers shooting themselves in the foot on that drive. 10:05 on the clock, first quarter.
Yeah, that was not the best punt I've seen this year by any stretch of the imagination. The Lions are actually going to come out pretty good. They got the ball 1st and 10 from the 20.
Mike McGowan will be flexed off the right hip of Eli Anderson. He'll take the shotgun snap from the 20, hands it off to McGowan, goes around the left side, has some real estate, has a 1st down and more across 35, and he's going to be tackled from behind out around the 38-yard line, and that's B.J. Washington, who will make the tackle for the Rangers with 9:55 to go in the first quarter. Big gain that time by McGowan, who's moved up the depth chart. McGowan, the bounce back from Mississippi Gulf Coast. Trips wide side of the field, near side as the ball set up left hash. Here's the snap from the 38. McGowan, inside handoff. He's going to get a yard on the play up to the 39. Fred Harris Jr. will knock him off his feet. So McGowan with a 1st down run, and then gets a yard on the very next play, and it's 2nd down and 9. Spotted the football, the 39 of EMCC, moving left to right. Ball placed middle of the field. Anderson. The long snap count here, there's 20 on the play clock. Receives the football, throws it left side. It's short, and it's going to be incomplete. He threw it short. It went out of the hands of the intended receiver at around the 42-yard line, and he was looking for Ethan Connor over there. Stephen Hall's going to come in on defense and knock that one away, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Ethan Connor, the intended receiver, is going to come to the near side and be on the bench now. That was just as much a good defensive play, though, too, guys, as it was him necessarily dropping the football. He's going to get a breather. Trips here on the near side. Single receiver at the numbers across the way. Anderson's shotgun snap is successful. Has a clean pocket. Throws it on the fade pattern over on the right side, and it's going to be incomplete, but there's a flag on the play around the 44-yard line.
Ethan went for the go route up there, and there was a little hand checking over there. It's probably going to go against the Rangers, but he also had the shallow crossing route going across the middle wide open. Would have been good for the 1st down, but either way, we'll take it all day long.
The pass was intended for Kobe Chambers.
Number 1 of the defense.
So that's going to be holding.
Defensive holding for the pass interference.
Yeah, Stephen Hall. So what did you see down there, Chris?
Well, I actually thought there was a little pushing and shoving over there, as Glenn kind of mentioned on the far side, but the call is hold on the Rangers.
So the Lions will have it 1st down, 10 to go from their own 49. Play action, throwing it near side. Acko with the catch, but he's dropped immediately at the 45-yard line, and he's going to lose 4 yards. Byron Pearson, they call him Tank. He comes in and puts him on the deck.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Joshua Acko. He got hung out to dry. Duke Miller's got a blocked man on right there, and he just whiffed on him, and it was a free shot for the defensive corner.
So 8:42 county clock, first quarter. 2nd down, 14 to go after the loss of 4. Inside handoff and tripped up from the side. And that's McGowan, who had some momentum. Omar Pugh's going to tackle him, as said from the side. Came crashing down from his defensive end spot from the left side and hit him in the legs and dropped him. And after the gain of 2 on the play,
Looked like he was supposed to have a big gain right there, Jason. He just got a shoestring tackle on him right there, knocked him off balance.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it. Had a lot of momentum there. You're exactly right, Glenn. Twins either side of the formation. Ball's going to rest on the near hash. It's 3rd and 13, timeout EMCC. So Buddy Stevens and the Lions want to talk about it. Buddy is absolutely hot down there on the sidelines. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network.
Opportunity happens at East Mississippi Community College. The opportunity to jumpstart your education with our affordable tuition and financial aid options. The opportunity to explore many career paths with our industry-leading workforce training and academic programs. The opportunity to become a national champion on and off the field. Turn opportunity into reality. Register today at East Mississippi Community College. Opportunity happens here.
So what's going on with East Mississippi Athletics? Follow our EMCC Athletics social media accounts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope. You can also check out the institutional accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. No score. EMCC has the ball at their own 47-yard line, correction. 3rd and 13 to go. Robinson in motion out of the backfield. Back to pass. Anderson looking towards the left flat. He throws it up. It's going to be knocked away at the 39-yard line outside the numbers. And it's going to be a 4th down and 13. Lions are going to have to punt this one away. Stephen Hall again making a huge play defensively for Northwest.
Tried to get the defensive backs caught in a isolation situation, but they switched it out. The free safety switched with the corner on the wheel route right there and had good coverage. It was almost picked off. It's 4th down. Lions got to punt it away.
Josh Hamma's going to snap it back. High snap to Cole Arthur. He pulls it down, puts his right foot into it. Sheffield's going to back up inside the 10, back up inside the 5, lets it bounce at the 3, picks it up, has a man there, shakes him, shakes another man, and then steps out of bounds around the 9-yard line. Boy, what a dangerous situation there for Sheffield. Picking it up. Devin Y'all-Lofton will make the tackle for EMCC.
I think by dangerous, you mean stupid. You don't do that. You want to get away from that and hope it goes on in the end zone. But it checked up good. Cole Arthur hit a bomb right there, pinned him in between the bottom of the numbers and the sideline just like you want it, and then got the good bounce to the 3-yard line. And good coverage all the way around.
So a 50-yard punt by Cole Arthur, the freshman from Leake Academy. And now the Northwest offense is going to come out onto the field. Back out there at tailback is going to be Jamarian Bracey out of Bryant, Arkansas. Heffley in the shotgun will take the snap, has Bracey off his left hip. Pump fakes, rolls to the near side. It's going to throw it near sideline and lobs it up, and it's caught. And that's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's Horn. So Jacob Horn's going to make another huge reception. Reggie Neely in on defense to chase him out of bounds at around midfield.
Yeah, just a well-thrown ball. I mean, it dropped right in the breadbasket of the wide receiver.
Heffley wants to snap it quickly and does. Leaves it with Bracey, comes around left end and is going to stumble down and get his shoulder pads into a defender around the 43-yard line, and he's going to go down to the turf there. He's tackled by Stephen Catledge Jr., the leading tackler on the EMCC team, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and short. That's a 7-yard gain for Bracey. Boy, they want to go up tempo.
Yeah, we got to get a better push by our D-line right there. We're getting pinned in and allowing the big gashing run.
Pistol formation facing a 4-man front. Here's the snap. Play action bootleg. Rolling right's Heffley, and he's going to be grabbed, and he's sacked back at the 47-yard line. Huge sack for EMCC's Devin Y'all-Lofton. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Boy, it was 2nd down and 3. And what a huge tackle for loss. EMCC defensively the last couple of seasons has led the MAC in tackles for loss. Ball's going to rest on the right hash at the 47. Heffley will have Bracey flanked off his right hip. Diamond formation with trips here wide side of the field, near side. They throw it near side. Finds the hole in the zone at the 35, and that's a big catch. And that's going to be caught by the receiver, Derek Harden. Harden's a tight end out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Keno Shelby will twirl him down to the turf at the 36-yard line near hash. Heffley, pistol formation, wants to snap it again. This time has to kind of lean to hand it to Bracey. Kind of messes up the timing, and he's knocked down for a loss back at the 37-yard line. That looked a little weird, didn't it, Glenn?
Yeah, it did. Not sure what happened. I think a lineman got piled up right there in the hole in which he wanted to run through. And good defensive stuff right there for the Lions. And like I said, Jason, the defensive line has got to get a better push. They've been getting pushed around a little bit so far as Northwest's been able to gash us with those runs.
Lawrence with the tackle. Here's the snap from the 37 on 2nd and 11, inside handoff to Bracey. And he's going to get down to the 32. That was just a moving pile that time. Steve Catlett Jr. with the tackle, and it's going to bring up another 3rd down situation. Yeah, it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7. Closer to 3rd and 6, I beg your pardon. So it gets a short 7. And there's some substitution confusion for EMCC defensively. Trotting on the field for the Lions right now is Javante Bond, defensive lineman. They're shifting some men. There's a 3-down lineman, 2 rush in, standing there for EMCC on this 3rd down and a long 5, closer to 6. From the 32-yard line of EMCC, clapping his hands as Heffley. He's going to take the snap, rolls to the right, tucks it, keeps it himself, and he's going to be hit hard as he's shy of the 1st down. Back at the 28-yard line, he needs to get to the 27.5 for 1st down. Jamori Evans makes the big pop blend there for a second. I thought he was going to get it, but Evans said,
It closed fast, real fast, but we're losing contain over there. They are pinning our defensive line.
Snapping it on 4th and short and going straight at the middle. He didn't get it. No, that was Bracey. And Bracey didn't get it. EMCC comes up celebrating Rodney Gross Jr., who was once at Mississippi State and Arizona State. And the Lions are going to have it. Oh, Chris, what a big play.
Yeah, absolutely it was, guys. And I tell you, somebody else that was big on that was number 98, Austin Shepard. He was in there, and he was ready for him, knew exactly where he was headed to, and just met him.
So with 4:28 on the clock at the quarter, EMCC gets a huge stop. And Kadarius Callaway is going to come out as the tailback on this drive. So we've seen a different back on EMCC's drives. This is their 3rd drive of the contest here late 1st quarter with 4:28 on the clock. Trips, diamond formation, tight to the formation. They throw it here near side on the tunnel screen, and it's caught. Getting out across the 35 up to the 39-yard line for EMCC is Duke Miller. And it's knocked off his feet by Jalen Powell. That's a 1st down, Glenn.
Yeah, it was. Great job. Great blocking out there on the perimeter, and Duke Miller hit the seam perfectly.
Lions got to get in a rhythm here. Shotgun snap, leaving it in the belly of Callaway. Comes near side and gets up the numbers at the 45, and we have a penalty flag, and this is going to come back. So it's going to be Jakean Cunningham who will be there to make the stop for the Rangers with 4:03 on the clock in the 1st quarter. There's no score in this top 10 battle. And it's going to be holding on EMCC, and the guilty party is going to be KJ McCoo. McCoo's a 6'2", 340-pounder out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Kind of hard to miss him out there holding somebody.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris, so that's going to back EMCC up inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 20.
Yeah, it was easy to get a run like that with that hold right there. McHugh was caught holding and just back the lines up and have to do it again.
All right, so as I mentioned, 1st down and 20. Ball spotted on their own 29. Ball's going to rest on the near hash. Trips to the left. Showing pressure from the right side is Northwest. And Anderson's going to be hit in the mouth, and he's going to be sacked back inside the 25 at the 23. And making the big sack is going to be Camoron Ford. Well, they were showing some pressure from the right side, and he just kind of stood there in the pocket in it. He faked the handoff, and for a moment there I thought the handoff was made, Glenn, but Anderson was hit hard inside the 25.
And they had a blitz on from that outside backer position, and he just did a good job of containing it.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 25. Inside pressure, and he's going to throw it on the screen pass to Callaway outside the numbers near side at the 25. He's going to get up to the 26, so he gets a couple of yards back. Jakarian Cunningham is going to make the tackle for Northwest. Spotted the football just shy of the 26, so it's 3rd down and a country mile. They've got to get up to the 49 for 1st down. Shotgun snap for the near hash, delayed handoff to Callaway, and he's stumbling and tries to keep his balance as he gets out across the 30 up to the 31. And he's going to be sandwiched and dropped there as Jalen Powell will lead the charge for Northwest. Clock stops with 2:38 on the clock to go in the first quarter. So it's been a defensive battle so far, and I think Northwest, they think that offensively they've kind of had the advantage because they've had some big plays, but defensively inside the 30, defending their own territory, EMCC has stepped up. Sheffield's going to stand now at the near hash inside the 30. Snap is back. Here's the kick. And Arthur's going to send him back to the 25. He's going to field it to numbers 25, and he's going to get to the 30. Flags down everywhere, 35, and he's going to be tripped up from behind and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So this is going to go against Northwest with 2:12 on the clock, and that's Devon Lofton who will make another special teams tackle. All right, let's go to Chris, see what this flag's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back, guys. I mean, just an illegal block down here as they were coming down to cover on that punt. So it will go against Northwest there, and we'll back them up a little bit.
Well, that wasn't enough to make Buddy. He's pretty upset, and he may be upset about something offensively there, too, with his offensive line, as he's going to go underneath the tent at about the 35-yard line to our right. We'll hear from Buddy at the half. And so that is going to be against Northwest, of course, and that is going to go against Xavier Davis. He's a running back out of Flowood, Mississippi. 2:12 on the clock.
Ball is spotted at the 15-yard line. First down.
So it's first down, 10 to go. Pistol formation. Betts is back out there. Man in motion is going to go Horn from near side to far inside. Handoff to Betts, and he's going to go straight between the hash and the tackles out across the 20 up to the 21-yard line.
Number 3,
I think that's Bracey, the running back that came through there. He's such a big guy coming through there. That's a load. Once he gets that momentum going, it's one of those things you gotta make sure you're low and try to stop that momentum. It's tough. Second down and 4.
So second down and 4. Heffley is going to be in the pistol formation once again. Betts stands behind him. He turns, fakes the give to Betts. He's going to throw it on a slant, and it's actually a skinny post incomplete. They're going to call EMCC for pass interference at the 35. He was looking for Horn.
Yeah, they're going to get him for a little hand check on that hip as Horn cut in on that slant. So that's going to go against the Lions. Give them a first down.
So we'll go down to Chris. Just looked like they got tied up a little bit.
Yeah, Jason, it was on number 3, Reggie Neely. I thought it was good coverage from my viewpoint there, but they did call him for that interference penalty there. So number 3, Reggie Neely, will be for the line. So it'll help out the Rangers a little bit.
Yeah, this is an offense that really doesn't need any helping. They've hurt themselves enough. So Reggie Neely, the guilty party for EMCC, and it's going to bring up a first down and 10. Spotted the football closer to the near hash at the 35, their own 35, moving right to left. Heffley in the shotgun, claps his hands, takes the snap, looks towards the right side, throws it right side, has a man there, and he catches it around the 39, but he is swarmed by a bunch of red jerseys and pushed out of bounds is the ball catcher. That is going to be Johnson. He's tackled by Lawrence Sullivan Jr., who leads the charge. That is Declan Johnson. And now they're lining up, ready to snap it here quickly once again. Spotted the football at the 39, second and 5 after the gain of 5. Here's the snap, turns, Hanson off right side, and Betts is going to dive for the first down over the 45 up to the 46. Jamoria Evans is going to make the tackle for EMCC. Correction, that is Bracey, too. I've been saying Betts, that's Bracey. Bracey's the big back. And spot of the football is going to be near the 47 with 43 seconds to go in the opening period. So they'll break huddle with 14 to snap it. They're going to get a snap off here shortly. Man in motion, near side to far. Pistol formation. They turn, hand it off to Bracey. Goes around the right side, and EMCC gives up about 2 yards, maybe 3 up to midfield, there is a penalty flag that's thrown, and that's kind of becoming an epidemic. Let's go to Chris.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a face mask, guys. It come in kind of late there, and from where it was thrown at, it looks like it might be face mask.
On EMCC?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chris.
That was Cam Young, the running back right there. A little bit different style of back, a little more speed to go with. He's 6'2", 200 out of West Point.
All right. So that's going to be against EMCC's Keyshawn Lawrence. That's going to give him a first. That's 2 big penalties on EMCC defensively. And now checking into the contest. Back again, Jamoria Bracey. They've had Caden Betts out there momentarily. Bracey will be in the pistol formation standing behind the quarterback. Heffley is going to take the snap, turns, hands it off to him, goes around right side, gets down the numbers at around the 31-yard line.
Number 3, Jamarian
So
Bracey.
gain of about 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 as Case in Boston will knock him off his feet, and that's going to run out the clock in the first quarter. We'll return in 1 minute. We'll have the second quarter of play. This is the EMCC Football Network.
I'm Josh Atkins.
I'm Darian King.
My name's Cameron Boone.
I'm Eli Anderson. We're student athletes in East Mississippi. Thanks for watching our broadcast and for your support of EMC Athletics.
Hey, East Mississippi is truly a family, and we invite all of you to learn more about us.
Please visit eastms.edu to learn more about EMCC. And while you're there, you can click on the Community tab to learn more about our foundations and ways that you can help support our college and our student athletes.
Thanks again for watching.
And go Lions!
Now is the time to prepare for your future. Whether you're headed to a 4-year university or straight to a new career, East Mississippi Community College is perfect. Opportunity happens here.
After 15 minutes of play, they put 15 minutes on the scoreboard because we're about to start the second quarter. Glenn has a couple of stats for us.
Some stats, Northwest 8 first downs to EMCC's 3. Rush yards 76 for Northwest, 20 for East Mississippi. 141 yards total offense for Northwest, just 40 for East Mississippi.
And they have the ball with 2nd and 6 from the EMCC 31. Play action, firing it out on the left side, and it's called at the 26-yard line, and that's Sheffield. They haven't targeted him an awful lot. And they're going to say forward progress gets him inside the 25 down to the, 25 down to the 24. Ray Elias Jr. will make the stop there, so that's enough for a first down. Gain of 7. DT Sheffield was a huge target a season ago in Senatobia. Twins on the wide side of the field here to the right. Betts is your tailback. He's going to be flanked off the right shoulder of Heffley. Heffley will take the shotgun snap, looks near side, fires it quickly towards outside the numbers near the sideline, and it is caught. And making the catch is Horn again, and it's going to be spun the football around the 15-yard line, so it's going to be short of the first down. It's a long 9, and making the stop, Lawrence Sullivan Jr. Snapping it from the near hash. Bootleg, rolling near side. He's in the grasp, and he's going to be dropped around the 16. And that's a huge sack, and that is Stephen Catledge Jr.
He did a great job of staying at home on that bootleg because he was the only guy left between him and the goal line and did a great job of open field tackle against the quarterback.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 situation for Northwest. EMCC's been on this side of the field
most of the night.
Yeah. So it's 3rd down and 3. 13:29 county clock here, second quarter. EMCC about jumped off sides on that left side. It's a 4-man front. And now we're going to have a timeout call by Northwest. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. No score here in Scuba. We're in the second quarter play. This is the EMCC Football Network.
East Mississippi Community College, where you create your own future and your dreams become reality. Start your career at a nationally ranked community college. Why go anywhere else? East Mississippi Community College. Your future, our mission.
On the clock here in the second quarter. It's a 3rd down and 3 from the EMCC 17 for Northwest. Jason Crowder here with you along with Glenn Beard. Chris Coleman is on the sidelines. He'll be getting some comments from Buddy Stevens at the half. We always joke about that when the Lions haven't played well. I don't think it's that they haven't played well. I mean, this is a top 10 battle. Defense has done everything they can. They've given up a lot between the 20s, but they have really clamped down when it comes to inside the red zone.
Yeah, you got to do it again. It's 3rd down right here and 3 to go. Ball on the 17. This is a big 3rd down play coming up for the Lions.
It's a jumbo package out there for Northwest, a shotgun snap, and coming on right side, Bracey has the first down and more inside the 10, dragging folks inside the 5, and it's a 1st down and goal to go from the 3. Bracey with a huge run behind right tackle, and Amir Taylor will make the tackle.
That offensive line of Northwest is just manhandling our defensive line tonight.
1st and goal snap on 1st down and tripped up at the line of scrimmage as Bracey's. He came around the right end again. So making the tackle for EMCC is going to be Hudson, Tyrion Hudson. 12:46 clock rolling. They're snapping it again quickly on 2nd down and goal from the 3 and driving ahead to the goal line. Touchdown, and that is Bracey. Bracey with the 3-yard run. Jamarian Bracey has put Rangers on the board at 6-0 pending the PAT. And so coming out to attempt this one for Northwest, the PAT, that is going to be Eli Hamlin. Patrick Helms is the long snapper out of Tupelo, Mississippi. The freshman is 5'10", 200 pounds. Here's the snap back. The hold is good. The kick is going to be good. No, it's no good. I beg your pardon. So it's going to go wide right, and it's 6-0. Boy, it's so hard to tell. It takes those officials a little bit to tell us if it's good or not. 12:39 on the clock. We'll take it 6-0. Northwest. EMCC will get the ball. We return in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network.
And I had the privilege of being involved in the National Honor Society, Student Council, Mayor's Youth Council, and I was also a member of the Youth NWCC. I had a lot of options when it came to college, but decided to attend East Mississippi Community College because of the school's reputation as a powerhouse, both on and off the field. At EMCC, I've been able to take my game to the next level, all while getting my basis for a degree in kinesiology.
Nothing. Miss PAT a moment ago by Eli Hamlin for Northwest after a 3-yard touchdown run by Bracey. And it was an 11-play, 85-yard drive, 4 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. Hamlin's going to kick it from left to right from the 35. From the far hatch, Earl Robinson's going to stand near side, and backing up is Callaway at the 1-yard line, and he'll dig in and take it out across the 5 between the hash numbers at the 20, and he's tripped up around the 21-yard line. So gain of 20 on that return, and knocking him off his feet is going to be Jamartin Green.
Kadarius Callaway on the return.
So Kadarius Callaway, the bounce back from Alabama, just down the road in Philadelphia, Mississippi, will give EMCC starting field position at their own 21. Decent field position. We're going to call it the 22. I didn't think he got that far, but we'll take it. So it's 1st down and 10 to go from the 22. Marion Howard has come back out in the revolving door of tailbacks for EMCC. He'll be flexed off the left hip, man in motion from right to left to the near side. Here's the shotgun snap. Anderson's going to leave it with Howard, goes around right side. He's going to try to cut upfield. When he got to the line of scrimmage, he gets out around the 24, so gain of 2, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. He's tackled by Cunningham. Jakean Cunningham.
Gain 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 8.
So after the gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Eli Anderson in the shotgun, trips wide side of the field, near side. Howard is going to go in motion out of the backfield, and it's a slip screen right side caught, and getting up the numbers out across the 30 up to the 31.
It'll be about a yard short, I believe. We'll bring up 3rd down.
That's going to be Duke Miller with a reception. Omar Pugh is going to knock him off his feet. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 after the gain of 7. Ball right hash, ready to snap it. Sanderson, now he goes up to the line of scrimmage. He's looking to the near side. He holds his right hand out like, hold on. It's 3rd down and 1. Clock rolling. 11:30 on the clock before halftime. Ball right hash. Snap from the 31 on 3rd and 1. It's a screen pass out of the backfield. Near side, it's called. 1st down and more across the 35, and he's going to be sandwiched around the 36-yard line. And for EMCC making the reception is going to be Chambers. Sam Brumfield will knock him off his feet. Kobe Chambers has just really come on as a go-to possession receiver.
Injured line on that far side over there, Jason. Can't tell the number from here.
Let's go to Chris and see if he has a better view on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down here so I can get a number, but he's in the dark kind of over there. Guys hovering around me, so I haven't been able to see yet, but he's down on one knee.
I think it's Griffin. I shouldn't say it till we're sure, but he's had some injury issues here in the early part of the season. It's 11:19 on the clock, 2nd quarter, and it is Griffin. Tredarius Griffin. Griffin is the starter at right guard. 6'2", 330, sophomore out of Madison Palmer High School. He's basically started his whole career. And he's going to get a breather here on the sideline. He's walking off on his own accord. I think he's going to be okay. Ball's going to be placed around the 37, 1st down. 10 to go. EMCC with a couple of 1st downs on this drive. A correction, 1 1st down on this drive. Here's the shotgun snap, throwing it near side. It's going to be caught outside the numbers and trying to tiptoe up the sideline and getting to midfield. I thought he stepped out. That's Mark Britt. And he's going to take EMCC to midfield and into Ranger territory. Keon Cunningham is going to make the tackle.
Maybe the first time we've called Mark Britt's number.
Yeah, I think
tonight.
it is. That's good for 13 yards. Trips wide side of the field. Over across the way. Screen pass near side, and it's caught and keeping his balance out across the 45, down inside the 45 to 42. Is going to be Amarian Howard. Cunningham again with the tackle. Boy, he's been all over the place. That's a gain of 8 yards on the play for Howard out of Starkville, Mississippi, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and short from the 42. Inside handoff and hit and drop for a loss. Is going to be Howard back at the 40. They're going to say he got down to the 41, so not a loss, I beg your pardon. He drug him forward, Sam Brumfield. Now here comes McGowan in. So Brumfield with the tackle after the gain of 1, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. He hit him back to where it should have been no gain. Well, they come on pressure, and now it's going to open things up. And there goes McGowan inside the 20th. The numbers 10, 5, touchdown, EMCC from 41 yards out. Mike McGowan had just come off the bench. And the Lions have tied things up, and they could take the lead with a Cole Arthur PAT.
That was a big run right there. They had a blitz coming from the wide side of the field. The run was called to the short side of the field and blocked it perfectly, and a big gap right there, which allowed the runner to bust through. And it was see you later. 10:03 to go in the 2nd quarter. We're tied up at 6, pending the extra point.
Ham will snap it. Beard's going to hold it. Arthur will kick it, and it's successful. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and EMCC leads for the first time tonight, 7-6, 10:03 to go before halftime. This is the EMCC Football Network. Lead it for the first time tonight. 7 plays, 78 yards, capped by the 41-yarder by Mike McGowan, who used to be at Gulf Coast. Beat his former team a week ago. Now trying to lead his team to victory against Northwest. 7-6 is the score. 10:03 to go on the clock before halftime. Cole Arthur's going to kick it deep here momentarily. A couple of guys back deep to receive. Across the way. It's going to be Xavier Davis. And also back deep to receive, too, is going to be Kyron Johnson. Davis, far side, Johnson near some. Coming up on the football is Arthur, and he's going to kick it. It's going to be a high kick, left side. Fair catch called for by the up back at the 30-yard line. And big 88 is going to fair catch it. And that's Derek Harden, a tight end, 6'3", 210 out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. So Harden will fair catch it there at the 30. So at their own 30, moving left to right, that's where Northwest is going to have it. 7-6 EMCC with a lead. By the way, I want to say hello to former East Central quarterback Holman Edwards, my hometown of French Camp, Mississippi, texting in Houston saying he's listening tonight. He's now the backup quarterback for the Houston Cougars. So hello, Holman. Hope all is well down in the Lone Star State. Twin receivers over on the far side, facing a four-man front. Heffley will snap it, and I think we've got another pre-snap penalty. Let's go to Chris.
Yeah, guys, this time it is going to be on the Rangers. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be a false start. Yes, it is. It's going to be on false start on the Rangers, so back them up a little bit.
So another 5-yard penalty. Kieran Johnson is going to be the guilty party. I tell you what, guys that are on this field right now will be at the level Holman's at. And I love to see these guys get back and still appreciate JUCO football, because there's not much better football around the country than right here in Mississippi. Guy over my shoulder might disagree, but hey, big Iowa Western guy, right? Yeah. Here's the snap on 1st and 15. Heffley fires it left side, has a man who runs between some red defenders and makes the catch around the 29, and he's not going to get much after that. That's going to be a 4-yard gain, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and long. Tyron Stewart will make the stop. And speaking of Iowa Western, they check in at number 2. They're tied with Hutch, both with 4-0 records. New Mexico Military Institute is the number 1 team in the country. 3 teams from the back. Northwest at 4, Jones at 5, and, of course, EMCC at 8. Ball left hash at the 29. Sheffield in motion from near side to far. Play action, back to pass Heffley. Clean pocket. Fires it over the middle. Has a man who had about a 3-yard step on his defenders, and he throws it over his head by about 5 yards. And he was looking for Mason. E.J. Mason out of Jackson, Mississippi. 2 touchdowns through the year this year. He's 6'1", 210. About 3 guys they love to target. That's Horn, Mason, and Sheffield. So it's 3rd down and 11 for Northwest. A rare 3rd down from their own territory at their own 29, 3rd and 11. Ball on the left hash. Here's the snap. Pocket collapses. Steps up in the pocket. Fires it. And it's caught at the sticks. And that's Sheffield. And he's short. Well, he's going to be short. I thought he was running laterally at the 40. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. is going to make the tackle. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Chris, was I seeing things?
No, he was running laterally there just a little bit. Just I thought he did. He gave himself up. Yep.
All right. So he was, but then he went backwards trying to evade a tackle. So, therefore, no forward progress. Going for it, and it's Bracey around the left side, and he's going to rumble for the 1st down as he got to the outer edge. Has tripped up across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. So, that'll move the chains and keep this drive going, making the tackle Keno Shelby. You don't want your defensive backs leading the team in tackles in this game for sure because of that run game. 1st down, 10 to go. Heffley fires it left sideline. It's caught around the 46, and he spun down around the 48. And making the reception over there is going to be 0. That's Horn. Tyran Stewart to make the tackle. Jacob Horn.
Number 28, Jake Matthews. 2nd down.
2nd down and short inside handoff, and Bracey's going to get the 1st down and more as he gets inside EMCC territory down at the 47. As he ran down that far hash. A couple of guys in on the tackle there for EMCC. Trevante Bond's going to lead the charge for the Lions. Bracey, Glenn, you've talked about, he's that big back that's just perfect in short-guarded situations.
Yeah, when you're a running back listed at 6'1", 250 pounds, that's a load.
And he has 97 yards already in this game on 15 carries, gets a 16th carry. And he's going to get down to about the 45-yard line. And so it's going to be a short gain. So it's got 99 yards now. Amir Taylor will make the tackle for EMCC.
Gain 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 8.
So it's 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2. And Betts is going to check in and give Bracey a breather. Bracey's like, come on, guys, let me get my 100th yard. In due time, young man, in due time. So it's 2nd down and 8. Ball placed on the left hash at the 45. Clapping his hands for the pistol formation as Heffley is going to come out on the bootleg, and he throws it out in the flat, complete to his tight end, who's going to make the huge reception. And that tight end's a captain, Lee McIntyre, 6'2", 300 pounds out of Pearl, Mississippi. The sophomore is tackled by Stephen Catlett Jr., but we have penalty flags. All right, Chris.
Got an illegal formation on the Rangers, so they'll back them up. We'll have to replay that now.
All right, so it's going to back them up, replay the down, as you heard Chris say. Thank you, Chris, who's roaming the sidelines for us here on the near side. That's the home side for EMCC. Lions averaging 436 yards a game. Defensively, they're giving up 411. We didn't get to the stats just a moment ago for us defensively. 143 we allow on the ground, 268 through the air, just 24 points a game. Last week winning a thriller 48-45 over Mississippi Gulf Coast, down 31-7 in the second half. 2nd down, 10 to go from midfield. Ball left hash. Heffley looks for the screen as a man in his face gets rid of it, and it's caught. And Betts is going to get inside Lion territory down to the 49, and he is going to be stopped on the play by Tyran Stewart.
Big 3rd down play right here at midfield. It's
huge.
3rd and 13. Depending on what happens right here.
Well, that right side of that defensive line, the defensive end across the way, kind of contributed to that. It was kind of hard for Heffley to get the ball off because he had some big hands up in his face, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 after the gain of a couple on the play. So 3rd and 12, ball placed at the EMCC 49. Northwest moving from left to right. Ball rest on the left hand. Shotgun snap, clean pocket. Now firing it down the near sideline, and he's looking for Evans. Can't get him inside the 15. Or Johnson, I beg your pardon. That's Johnson.
Good coverage right there by the Lions defensive back. He did a great job running with it. The receiver went up. He took his hands and went through the hands of the wide receiver, so in case he did catch it, he could knock it away, and it fell to the ground, incomplete. Now 4th down and 13, ball at midfield right there at the 49-yard line. You got to be safe right here. The thing is, the first punt and the only punt for Northwest was only 16 yards, so I think you got to be careful here if you're the Lions.
Yeah, Reggie Neely is going to have his heels on the 10-yard line far hash. Here's the pass back. Oh, and they're going to fake it, and they throw it left side. It's complete. They got to come up, make a play, and they do, and the Lions stop him at the 40-yard line.
I told you, Jason, you got to be careful right here. You're at midfield, and the punter the first time up only had a 16-yard punt. So it's one of those things, if you're not going to punt it any better than that, we might as well go for it or fake it.
Yeah.
And the fake was on right there. He tried, looked like he was going to do a rugby punt to the right side and then raised up and tried to throw a screen back to the left. But thankfully, the defensive cornerback on that side stayed home and made the play, and they came up just about 3 yards short. So it's turnover on downs, 1st down and 10 for the Lions.
Keon Williams with the reception off the hands of Shade Foster. EMCC has it at their own 41, moving right to left, and that's Callaway who's going to take it straight up the gut. He's going to gain 2 yards on the play up to the 43, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 8. He's knocked off his feet by Quinzavius Warren. 5:12 county clock here in the first half. Reminder that coming up at the half, it's SEC update. We'll also have some stats on the back end of halftime. We'll hear from Buddy Stevens and his thoughts on the first half. Shotgun formation for Eli Anderson. The freshman from Philadelphia takes the snap, looks right, looks back left. Now is going to shift to the left, fires it, and it's caught between the hash and the numbers at the 49-yard line, and that's going to be Johnson, Jalen Powell. Tommy Johnson will make the reception at the Ranger 49. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Lions with 4:41 county clock here in the first half. 3-man front for Northwest. Trips wide side of the field across the way. Single receiver at the numbers near side. Anderson walks up to the line of scrimmage, shouts some instructions, backs up as Callaway flanked off his right shoulder, raises his right leg, waits a second, takes the snap, leaves it with Callaway, dances up the middle, and he's going to be literally flipped around the 42 up to the 41-yard line, or down to the 41, I should say. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up now a 2nd and 2. Sam Brumfield will make the stop for Northwest. Glenn, the Lions are ready to snap it again. Another three-man front. Here's the shotgun snap. They leave it with Callaway. Tries to come around the left end and does get it. 35 between the hash and numbers 25. He's going to have the first down and more. The Lions are in rhythm right now, Glenn, as Byron Tank Pearson will knock him off his feet.
Yeah, finding some success around the edges right there, running the football. I love it a lot. When we can run the football, it opens up so much more. And let's see what happens as we get close to the red zone.
Waiting on the shotgun snap. It's a low snap, but picked up by Anderson. Has backside pressure, and he's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted at the 15. Coming up across the 20. Trying to reverse his field. Goes around the left side of the 30. Has some open field at the 40, and he's going to finally be tackled around the 42-yard line, and that's a big interception. And that's going to be Ratavius Dude Pearson, a 5'10", 175-pounder out of Oxford High School.
I think Anderson was hit as he threw that football, and, because that went straight to the defensive back, Dude Pearson, a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore out of Oxford High School. Man, what a great drive the Lions had going.
Yeah.
Doggone turnovers will kill you. And that was an opportunity for the Lions to eat up some more clock and take a bigger lead before the half.
So it's 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 42. Bracey takes the handoff, goes off left tackle, and it's going to get up to the 49 rugby scrum inside the 50 down to the EMCC 49. Boy, on a one play, they are already in EMCC territory. Casey Boston will make the tackle. Well, that is just a momentum killer because EMCC, I mentioned, had that rhythm offensively, and they were really moving the ball on the Rangers. 3 minutes to go in the first half. This defense has got to step up big here. Ball placed on the left hash, snap from the EMCC 49, and Bracey's going to dance between the tackles, and he's going to get down to the 47. So that's going to be enough for a first down. So it's first down and 10 to go. Knocked off his feet by the safety, Jamori Evans. Boy, Rangers ready to snap it again. You mentioned, Glenn, that big old offensive line. How are they in shape to run up tempo? They are huge.
False start.
Yeah, it's another false start. But how many false starts have they had tonight?
4 or 5,
goodness.
I think.
We'll look at Northwest penalties here in just a moment. They have 6 for 40. And I think that's prior to this last penalty. We'll let Gavin Gilbert, 7 for 45 yards.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if 5 of those were false starts.
Yep, I knew what you were about to say. 2:23 county clock here in the second quarter of play. So it's first down and 15. Heffley in the shot. What's a pistol formation? Sheffield in motion from near side to far. That's right to left. Here's the shotgun, the pistol formation snap, and firing it over on the left side, looking for Sheffield as he came in motion. It's incomplete. And it's going to, we have a penalty flag on the field around the 41, Glenn.
Unnecessary roughness or roughing the passer right there.
Flags down on the field.
Let's go to Chris.
Yeah, waiting for the official call, guys, but it's going to be on the lines, I do believe, and it's going to be a roughing personal foul. Yeah, roughing the passer. Yep.
There's just penalties you can't have, and that's going to be on Devin Yall Lofton. And Devin Yall's had a great game. Thank you, Chris. By the way, with 2:06 to go, that's going to give a fresh set of downs to Northwest, and it's going to put them at the 36-yard line, 37-yard line, I beg your pardon. Ball placed on the left hash. That big offensive line, that massive offensive line is going to break huddle. They're going to go up on the line of scrimmage, and now Buddy Stevens is out on the field, and he's calling the timeout. So we'll take it with him back at 30. 7-6 EMCC with a lead. 2:06 to go here in the first half. But driving is Northwest. This is the EMCC Football Network.
East Mississippi Community College, where you create your own future. And your dreams become reality. Start your career at a nationally ranked community college. Why go anywhere else? East Mississippi Community College. Your future, our mission.
7-6 EMCC with the lead. Hey, by the way, EMCC fans, basketball season begins soon, and your Lions men's and women's basketball teams will be hitting the court For season and single game tickets, call 662-476-5000 and order yours today. Pistol formation. Bracy will be standing behind Heffley. He'll take the snap. He fakes the give, throws it over the middle, has a man wide open, and it's caught inside the 20. Rumbly inside the 15-yard line as he gets outside the hash on the left side. Making the reception is going to be Diaz. That's Kevin Diaz. Keno Shelby will knock him off his feet for the Lions. And they're ready to snap it inside the 15 at the 14. Pistol formation again, clapping his hands as Heffley. This time he leaves it with Bracy. He goes behind the left guard. He's going to rumble his way down to the 12-yard line.
That's number 3, Jamarian Bracy.
Shun Shepard will make the tackle from his defensive line position for EMCC.
I think that's about his 19th carry so far on the night, Jason, and he has got 112 yards rushing.
He's been a huge difference.
He has been a workhorse at 6'1", 250 pounds.
2nd and 8 after the gain of 2. Man in motion from left to right. That's far side to near side. Handoff. Bracy. Boy, they're hitting him, but he's just staying on his feet and rumbling his way inside the 10. Down to about the 8. He's got a big lower body, and Jamori Evans holds on. Boy, that's not easy for defensive backs to tackle that big body.
No, you'll take that one-on-one matchup if you're the offensive coordinator, I can tell you.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Heffley in the shotgun will take the snap, turns, fakes to give, and now we have a penalty flag around the 10-yard line here on the near side.
Going to be another false start on the Rangers, guys. So, this will be number 8 total penalty.
And
yeah, 8th total penalty.
It's mostly on the wide receivers, guys. That's what doesn't make any sense to me.
So 8 penalties, 50 yards. Timeout called by Northwest. And so we're that's Gavin Gilbert you're hearing, and here a statistician getting very. He can't continue his job until the announcement is made. Thank you, Chris, for that down on the sidelines. DT Sheffield, I beg your pardon, is going to be the guilty party. So Holmes and East Central Glen are tied at 24 at the half. Kahoma leads Colin at the half, 10-7. Gulf Coast trails Pearl River 10-7 with 2:22 to go in the second quarter of play. 44 seconds on the clock here in Scuba, and it's 7-6 EMCC.
Did you say Holmes was playing?
East Central.
No, East Central's playing Southwest this week.
Okay, that's the scores that were handed to me. It's kind of like I'm not a weatherman, but I'll rip and read. So if the forecast is wrong, it's not my fault.
Yeah, East Central is actually up 13-3 over Southwest at the half.
Okay.
Northeast and Holmes are tied up at 24.
That's okay. It happens.
Hey, you're only as good as the guy feeding the information. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to call any names out, our producer, but
Kahoma's up 10-7 over Colin. And ICC was all over Mississippi Delta 55-21 today.
All right, 3rd down and 9 after the penalty yardage. Pocket collapses, throwing it over the middle, and it's incomplete. They're going to call EMCC for a hold. And that's going to be on EMCC's Tyran Stewart. And I was thinking he was selling that, to be honest with you. It looked like he was trying to sell a pass interference there. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I did think there might have been something going on there, but I don't think it was near as bad as he made it out to be. As you said, he was selling it pretty good, but they did throw the flag on it. It's going to be on the Lions, so Rangers will benefit from that.
So it's going to be a 1st down and goal to go now from the 2. Jones leading Hines, shutting them out 21-0 in the 3rd quarter, just starting the 3rd. We have 39 ticks on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. From the left hash, play action, rolling out to the left and throwing it. It is complete. Kevin Diaz with the touchdown reception from the left side. And it's now 12-7 pending the PAT. Northwest has regained the lead with just 34 seconds to go before halftime. And they've mixed the play calling up a little bit, and they've had Heflin. They've had shotgun. They've had pistol. They've done some play action. They've done bootlegs. They faked that inside handoff, Glenn, and it worked. And just rolled to the left side. Diaz was wide open. Snap is back. Hold is good. And the kick this time is good. And it's 13-7 with 34 seconds to go on the clock. And that capped a 6-play, 58-yard drive, 2:50 off the clock. Diaz with the 2-yard touchdown reception from Heflin. And so we're going to keep it here before they kick it to EMCC. What do you want to do if you're the Lions here? I mean,
well, if you can get a good return right here, that'll determine what you do. You know, if you don't get it, say around the 40 or midfield, you just go in halftime and make your adjustments. You know, Jason, we didn't play all that well first quarter offensively, and it was a tie ball game 0-0, and then the turnover down there inside the red zone
has been the difference.
That's the difference in this half. You know, but we've seen this game before as where we hadn't played really good offensively, and second half, hopefully it'll be a just like it's been all year long, like you're flipping a switch, and here we come.
All right, near side set to return this one for EMCC is Carl Robinson. Across the way, Kadarius Callaway at the hash inside the 10. It's going to go Callaway's way and over his head, bounce at the goal line, bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a good job by Eli Hamlin getting that one into the end zone and limiting a big possible return for EMCC. 34 seconds to go before halftime. All right, so now what do? Since you just kind of sit on it, you don't want to make a big mistake again here.
Yeah, you got to see how many timeouts Northwest has also. The scoreboard shows 2, but statistician
whom we
Gavin
always
Gilbert
trust
says 1. So, you know.
He never gets anything wrong, and I mean that. Ball on the right hash at around the 25. Anderson in the shotgun. Take the snap. It's an inside handoff and being pushed backwards and hit at the line of scrimmage. Drop back about 4 yards, but forward progress is going to give Howard the line of scrimmage. That's probably going to run out the clock here in the first half. 19 seconds to go. So no gain, 2nd and 10. Northwest will get the ball to start the second half. They had won the toss but elected to defer. Now there's 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Buddy Stevens is walking towards the 30-yard line, and that's going to be all for the first half. And we're going to go down to Buddy here in just a second, Glenn. And
he's going to have a little chat with his offensive line real quick before we go down there to him. He's coaching them up, which I don't blame him. You know, first half, offensively, not the best. Defensively, defensive line has got to do a better job. We've been getting pinned, and you know, Bracey's had a night so far running the football. So let's go down to Chris.
Here with Coach Stevens, guys. Coach, can you give us your thoughts on the first 2 quarters?
Yeah, we gotta find a way to run the ball, quit making mistakes. We blew a couple of protections right there that put us back. You know, didn't give us a great chance and gave the ball to him at the end. So, and we got I mean, defense is playing hard. We just got to do it. We just got to do a better job of coming off the ball and trying to run the ball.
Thank you, Coach.
These outstanding athletes have contributed significantly to the storied athletics past of East Mississippi Community College. Presenting the awards this evening are Dr. Scott Alsobrooks, EMCC President, Tony Montgomery, Dean of Scuba Campus and College Advancement, and Sharon Thompson, Dean of Students and Director of Athletics. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Bill Baltner, Coach, 1985 to 2006. Aaron Fox, Football, 1985, 1986. Tom Hostetler, Baseball, 1985. Quincy Jackson, Football, 1995 to 1996. And now, if you would please direct your attention to the scoreboard.
did right there. That's what they haven't been doing. They haven't been getting the secondary field players downhill. The edges have been soft. They have to start playing that better. That's a start for BYU's defense.
Already 40 plays for Utah State. A shot at the end zone. Has a player. It is caught, but ruled incomplete. That was Justin McGriff. Had his man beat. D'Angelo Mandel on the coverage. Going to bring up third down.
Illegal touching.
McGriff was he was pushed out of bounds. Nice job by D'Angelo Mandel.
Let's bring in our rules official, Matt Austin. You see Blake Anderson is running hot. Matt, walk us through this.
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't seen the right view. They called illegal touching, so I'm assuming they have the receiver who touched the ball, that he went out of bounds on his own and came back in.
On field. The Utah State player stepped out of his zone. Therefore, illegal touching. Number 10 in Utah State. The penalty for that foul will also down the previous spot. Third down.
This is something that the BYU coaches were aware of, was the fact that because of these wide splits that Utah State's wide receivers use, sometimes they will go out of bounds on their own and try and take it, use it to their advantage. And usually when you have an offense like this, sometimes if you don't catch them doing it, if they're not forced out of bounds, they're saying here he wasn't forced out of bounds, although you could probably argue that maybe he was. But then it's illegal touching if you go out of bounds on your own.
Yeah, that looked as if McGriff was helped out of bounds.
But this is something to keep an eye on, because when you look at these plus splits here, when you see this wide view and you see how close they are to the boundary, maybe +1, +2 from the sideline, these are the kind of things that can happen.
So Lagata throw to the end zone, incomplete. He tried to force that one in there. Jacob Robinson on the coverage, intended for Brian Cobbs, and another penalty on the play. There was some jawing going back and forth.
Here you see Lagata trying to hit the post route. It looked like Jacob Robinson may have got there a little bit early. He comes up over the top to make the nice play on Davis.
I know Christian Watson looks like he's had a muscle snack or two.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Utah State head coach 15-yard penalty. Remain fourth down.
His arms are going to be busy tonight.
Sportsmanlike conduct call of the game.
And how about that? Blake Anderson, the head coach, told us in the meetings we cannot have penalties. Just got one on his own because he's been barking in their ear. Yeah, since that Justin McGriff illegal touching penalty.
Exactly. You can see it down here on the sideline as the play was going on. He was still getting after him.
Look here at the bottom of your screen, Lewis. You see him just giving it to him.
Yeah, you can tell he was still not happy at all.
So Connor Cole's now on for a 50-yard attempt. And how about Connor Coles? Splits the uprights, and Utah State able to get some points out of a promising drive that was moved back by a couple of penalties. And that mountain air, 50+ for Connor Coles. It is 14-10 here in the second quarter. BYU still on top.
On a Fansville homecoming by Dr. Pepper.
Surprise!
Thank you.
Ranger Band will conclude tonight's performance with the popular Queen hit, We Are the Champions, as we honor 7 national title teams from Northwest. Women's basketball in 1983, cheerleading in 2020 and 2021, and football in 1982, 1992, 2015, and 2020. Featured soloists are Carter Walquist on baritone and Angel Rubio on alto sax, both from Lake Cormorant High School.
The Northwest Ranger Band is under the direction of Director of Bands, Mr. Tim Garrett, assisted by Assistant Director John Ungereich, Woodland Instructor Jennifer Whitehead, Color Guard Director Ashley Drumfellier, and Dance Team Directors Patrice Christian and Lisa Moak. The District Director of Fine Arts and Instruction is Chip Treplin, and the President of Northwest is Dr. Michael Hyman.
And welcome to Wyndham Sullivan Field and your Mighty Lion Band. The band presents their 2022 show, Prince Forever. And now the Mighty Lion Band would like to feature the Eastern Bells Dance Line and the EMCC Color Guard with Prince's hits Raspberry Beret and Take Me With You. And now the band would like to present the sexy, sultry hit from the movie Purple Rain, When Doves Cry.
All right, take a 2-minute timeout and then bring it to us, okay? Or make it a 3-minute timeout. Sorry, make it a 3-minute timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Money Line Band.
In Scuba, Mississippi, it is 13-7 Northwest, number 4 in the country with the lead over the 8th-ranked team in the polls. Glenn Beard, our color analyst, now has some first-half stats. Glenn?
Thank you, Jason. Lions only 8 first downs to Northwest 16. They've doubled us up in first downs. Rush yards, 25 attempts, 116 yards for Northwest. East Mississippi, 13 attempts for just 93. Pass yards, Northwest 137 to EMCC 62. So total offensive plays, 43 for 253 for Northwest and just 26 plays for 155 for East Mississippi. Jason, and if you look at penalties, that's been a little bit of an issue, especially for the Rangers tonight. 8 penalties for 50 yards and 5 for 65 for the Lions. Time of possession, 18:46 for Northwest and 11:14 for the Lions. Third down conversions, 3 of 7 for Northwest, 2 of 5 for East Mississippi. And Jason, punting has been a pretty good stat for the Lions tonight. 3 punts for 45-yard average, just 1 punt for 16 for Northwest. So offensively, the Lions have been almost doubled up in a lot of areas offensively, and we've seen that for most of the year. The Lions have been a second-half team all year long, and to be down 13-7, that's pretty good because defensively we've played fairly good. We had that 1 turnover offensively on that drive, and that other than that, we should be ahead 14-6. But it's one of those things you got to hang on to the football, and then but the Lions I think get the ball coming back from the half. If I'm correct, I can't remember.
No, Northwest does.
Yeah, Northwest does. So, so gotta be able to do a 3 and out. Let's stop them and get things going offensively.
Yeah, and you don't want that interception by Eli Anderson to affect the freshman's mentality coming out of the locker room. But I think that he's grown up over the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's not like this is his first game of JUCO and college action. So EMCC, as you mentioned, been a second-half team. We'll see if they can get it all together. And when this team decides it wants to play for 4 quarters, it certainly could be a tough team. Now, obviously, they're playing the 4th-ranked team in the country. Coming in undefeated at 4-0, and Northwest has kind of been a nemesis. Buddy Stevens, though, has an outstanding record against Northwest. I mean, they've only had a couple of those wins that's been regular season and playoffs. But obviously, this is a game that's of very much importance. You don't want to look at the big picture too quickly. No. The big picture is national championship because you've got to win. If you start to look at the big picture, especially if you're EMCC's football team, then things can falter because right now you're trying to look at division play. Hey, we want to be division champs. Okay, then we host the playoffs. Okay, then you put yourself in position at that chance because, in all honesty, you really can't think national championship until you get to the playoffs and see what's ahead of you.
Yeah, you got to break it down even further than that. You just want to go 1-0 on the week.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
And then by the end of the year, you've taken care of business and found your way back into the hunt.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so EMCC is going to kick things off to Northwest. And so Cole Arthur is going to tee up the football around the 35-yard line. And back deep to receive here on the near side is number 81. That is going to be Leon Eloy. He's a freshman receiver from New Orleans, Louisiana. So Eloy will have his toes around the 10-yard line near hash. And across the way is Xavier Davis. So Davis, top side. Bottom side is Eloy. And the officials have blown the whistle and everything's ready. Cole Arthur is going to come up on the football. He puts his right foot into it. It's a high booming end-over-end kick, and Eloy is going to let it roll past him into the end zone, into the M and EMCC, and that's a touchback. So starting for their own 25, moving left to right, will be the Rangers.
Yeah, good strong kick to start it out. Lions defense will come out for the first possession for Northwest offensively. They'll have the football 1st and 10 from the 25.
Let's go down to the field to Chris Coleman. What's the body language like coming out of the locker room?
Guys, just checking on the health of everybody coming out. Everybody seems to be up, doing pretty good coming out. Positivity all the way up and down this sideline, so everybody's feeling good. Looking forward to a good second half.
Snap to Effley. He's going to leave it with Bracey, his big back, who's going to get out across the line of scrimmage up to the 27 for a gain of 2. Elijah Davis, big Elijah Davis from his defensive line position will make the stop. Of course, Bracey is a challenge for even defensive linemen because of his size. We talked about Bracey and looking at, just in case you're joining us, he's 6'1", 250 and has tree trunk legs out there In the pistol formation now, standing behind Heffley, trips near side, and there's the snap, rolling near side, firing it towards the near sideline. It's incomplete. He was looking for Sheffield around the 28-yard line. It was well defended as well, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 situation.
Yeah, big 3rd down right here, Jason. We want to go a 3 and out. Here's the opportunity for the Lion defense.
And they want to work fast, does this offense. Twin receivers either side of the formation, ball middle of the field. Ball's placed at the 27. Heffley will have Bracey, who's going to be off his right shoulder. To get a 1st down, they've got to get up to the 35-yard line. They're facing a 3-man front, 2 stand-up rush-ins, though, for EMCC, looking to bring pressure on Heffley. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Inside pressure is going to be flushed out of the pocket near side. It's going to scramble for the 1st down and more at the numbers of the 40 and gets to the outside here to the near sideline around midfield. And that's something we haven't seen from Heffley so far as his legs. Keno Shelby is going to knock him off his feet. So big-time run by Heffley, the quarterback, and that's going to flip the field for sure.
That was about to be a coverage sack as the defensive backs locked down all the wide receivers. We just did not get much of a push up the middle, and there was no contain whatsoever to keep the quarterback from running.
Pistol formation. Heffley claps his hands, receives the snap. Play action, bootleg, rolls near side, fires it over the middle of the field, caught inside the 40-yard line. That's Sheffield again. He's going to haul it in around the 38, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. It's going to move the chains. Keno Shelby will knock him off his feet, and that's going to be a gain of 11 yards on the play. So 1st down, 10 to go from the Lion 38-yard line. Clock rolling, 13:30, just underway here in the second half. First possession for either team. Ball placed on the near hash at the 38-yard line. Man in motion, that's Sheffield from far side to near. That's left to right. Here's the snap. They leave it with Bracey. Go straight up the middle, and you cannot arm tackle Bracey, and he's going to get inside the 35 at the 32. But there is a flag on the play. Let's go to Chris Coleman.
Guys, it looks like it's going to be on the Rangers this time, waiting on an official call on that. Wait, come on. So they are talking to Coach Stevens in the line sideline, so waiting on the official call. So it'll be another false start on the Rangers.
All right, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. DT Sheffield. Wait, that's the second that I know of for sure that's been on Sheffield.
I'm telling you, most of the false starts have been against the Rangers wide receivers tonight as they, for some reason, looking inside. They don't even have to know the snap count. Watch the football.
So it's 1st down 15, but we'll take it, Glenn. Clock's going to count down to 13 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Sheffield in motion from right to left. He sets up slot position left side, and it's thrown to him. He catches it outside the numbers of the 40, gets out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage at around the 38. So that's going to get the 5 yards back. Ray Elias Jr. will chase him out of bounds for EMCC. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 situation. Counting clock, 12:37, 3rd quarter, 13-7 Northwest with the lead. The EMCC is going to go with a 4-man front. Shotgun formation for Heffley. Heffley has twin receivers wide side of the field, near side. Here's the snap, clean pocket, fires it near side, caught 31-yard line outside the numbers, and then drug out of bounds by his ankles, literally. And making the reception is E.J. Mason, and that's Lawrence Sullivan Jr., who will hang on to his ankles and make it a 3rd down situation from the Lion 31.
31-yard line.
Twin receivers left of the formation. That's across the way from us. 3rd down and 4. Heffley will be in the shotgun as Bracey flanked off his left hip. He'll shout out new instructions to his offensive line. Play clock down to 11. He'll clap his hands, receives the football. It's low at the knees, picks it up, and in pocket collapses, fires a fade pattern left side over the shoulder catch, and it is a touchdown. And that's a huge touchdown reception. That's Sheffield, and it's going to stretch the lead out for the Rangers, who scored on their last possession of the first half, and they score on their first possession of the second half, and it's 19-7 pending the PAT.
Jason, that wasn't terrible coverage right there. He just dropped it in a bucket. That was just an outstanding throw and catch by the Rangers on that play right there.
Eli Hamlin will attempt the PAT. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. And it's 20-7. Northwest with the lead over EMCC in the 3rd quarter with 11:45 on the clock. EMCC gets a chance at it when we return. This is the EMCC Football Network.
Now is the time to prepare for your future. Whether you're headed to a four-year university or straight to a new career, East Mississippi Community College is perfect. We have hundreds of university transfer courses and nearly 50 career technical and allied health programs with top-notch instruction, the latest technology, and a personalized environment. At East Mississippi Community College, opportunity happens here.
Offensive lineman Matt Williams, the injured party, 6'1", 295, a sophomore out of Nesbitt, Mississippi, played at Nicholls State, so a bounce back, and he's going to bounce up, and he's okay. He got blown up on that left side of the line on the PAT attempt, and that was a 7-play, 75-yard drive that used up 3 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. It was capped by the 31-yard bomb on the fade pattern to the left side into the end zone. It was D.T. Sheffield, who was a nemesis for EMCC defensively a season ago, who made the reception. He's been quiet for the most part up until that point tonight. 11:45 on the clock, 20-7 after the PAT. Northwest with the lead over EMCC. So Hamlin's going to make sure his kick team is ready. He's going to come up on it and kick it from left to right from the 35, and backing up and taking it inside the 10-yard line is Callaway. Callaway gets out across the 15, 20. He's going to be between the hash and the numbers at the 30, and finally take it down somewhere in the neighborhood of the 33-yard line. So good return for the Alabama bounce back. Jakeon Cunningham's going to make the tackle for Northwest.
Yeah, pretty good field position for their first offensive possession of the second half. Jason, let's see if those adjustments are going to be like they were the last couple games where we have this offensive breakout.
So Marion Howard's going to be flexed off the left hip of Eli Anderson. Twin receivers either side of the formation. Ball set up on the near hash. Throwing it quickly out in the flat on the right side, and it's caught. Getting up to the 40-yard line is the MCC receiver, Duke Miller. He's taken off his feet by Jay Adams. So that's going to be a nice gain on first down. And it's going to be a gain of 7. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Ball on the right hash at the EMCC 40. Inside handoff, and Howard's going to have to bounce it out behind left tackle, and he's going to find some real estate up across the 45 to the 46. He was bottled up, Glenn, at the line of scrimmage. He was able to find the first down. Jalen Powell will make the tackle for the Rangers.
Did a good job of getting north and south and getting those positive yards.
Here's the snap from the 46, and Howard comes around near side, and he's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage. He tried to cut upfield and couldn't, but the penalty may be on EMCC as I see flags flying. Sam Brunfield is going to get his body in front and lead the charge to make the stop. Let's go to Chris.
Rangers already pointing back toward EMCC. I believe it is going to be on EMCC, guys. I believe it might be a hold.
And the Lions can ill afford to start shooting themselves in the foot, and that's a hold. And a hold is going to be a drive killer. Well, we certainly hope that's not the case. EMCC with a 1st and 20. It sort of changes up your cadence and play calling here. Trips wide to the right. Ball on the near hash at the 36. Here's the snap to Anderson. Clean pocket. Steps up, fires, and it's caught. And that's Ethan Connor out around the 43. And he'll get a big chunk of those yards back. And Byron Tank Pearson is going to make the tackle there for the Rangers with 10:34 in the county clock, third quarter.
Byron Pearson.
Trips in a diamond formation, tight to the formation across the way. Here's the snap from the near hash at the 44. Anderson's going to be hit, drop, sack back inside the 40. And making the sack, Gabe Bennett and also Hibbler. That's Barnett and Hibbler, I beg your pardon. So Jacavius Hibbler will be in on to assist that sack, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. Hey, Glenn, I just keep thinking about back to some big plays there that is stymied EMCC offensively. That sack could go down as one of them, and then the pick right before half. Wide side of the field is across the way with trip receivers looking that way as Anderson's flushed down to the pocket, rolls to his right, tries to square to fire and does, finds a man caught, 46-yard line of Northwest and out of bounds. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. And knocked out of bounds by Stephen Hall, down 20-7. Do you hurry up and go for it here, Glenn?
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what they're going to do. Eli Anderson's in the shotgun. Huge defensive play here for Northwest. Here's the snap, inside handoff, and just stuttered. Oh, he keeps it as Anderson between the hashes, inside the 25, and he's tackled. Boy, he fooled all of us. And Pearson is going to make the tackle. We have a scrum, Chris, and there's penalty flags flying inside the field.
Yeah, he just fooled everyone over here on each sideline, and he just held on to the ball and took it himself, drove down the field, but extracurriculars at the end, that's going to be.
And we have some issues there. We'll try to get the audio fixed there. .9:25 on the clock here in the third quarter. And we're going to try to sort some things out.
After the play.
And a little technical issue there on radio. We apologize for that.
Add 15 to the end of the run.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's going to be on Pearson, who made the tackle.
They were holding Anderson down after the run, and that was the issue there.
All right, so EMCC is going to have it now. First down, 10 to go from the 13 of Northwest. And the Lions are going to be moving from right to left. Ball's going to be placed near the right hash. Trip receivers wide side of the field, near side. 9:07 county clock, third quarter. Anderson back to pass. Throws it underneath on the dig route. It's caught and getting out of bounds near the 10-yard line. This is a receiver for the Lions, and that's going to be Chambers. Rontavious Dude Person is going to push him out of bounds. Nope, he didn't go out of bounds. Wind the clock.
I think it's Dude Perfect's cousin.
Dude, 8:50 on the clock here in the third quarter. Anderson calls for the football. Looks left, back right, now takes it himself up the middle, gets inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be hit around the 8. He's getting sandwiched there. Fred Harris Jr., though, holds on for the tackle.
I wasn't too sure that wasn't a late hit on Anderson.
I agree. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, he went down and slid to stop the clock, and there was a late hit, but it was not called.
All right, thank you.
So big third down right here offensively. It's 3rd and 6 from the 9 or 8.
Eli Anderson will take the snap, looks towards the end zone. Fade pattern right side, and it's caught. Is it touchdown? EMCC from 8 yards out. Duke Miller with a huge touchdown catch against Mississippi Gulf Coast, and he gets one again tonight. And that pulls EMCC within 7 at 20-13, and with the PAT could be within 6.
And that was an outstanding throw right there by Eli Anderson. Now that was an absolute dime of a throw.
Boy, we've seen both quarterbacks with some dime throws on the last 2 drives. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. So Cole Arthur puts it through, and EMCC is within 6, 20-14, 8:02 to go, third quarter. Back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. Okay, just letting folks know we're having some internet issues, so we're going to keep a monitor on that. Yeah, Javante, you got to find a way to get a hold of me, man. You got to call my cell and stuff when that happens, because I'm not always, I can't tell when we're off. Thank you. Thank you. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. So EMCC with an 8-yard touchdown strike through the air. Duke Miller with a reception from Eli Anderson. 9 plays, 67 yards, 3:36 off the clock. Now we mentioned Duke Miller. He's the leading receiver for EMCC. Just caught his 2nd touchdown pass of the season, teeing up the football at the 35. As Cole Arthur, he comes up on the football and gets his right leg into it, and it's kind of a line drive. It's going to bounce to the 15, the 10, and taken at the 5-yard line there. And going out across laterally from left to right, slipping down at the 12-yard line and falling down is the return man, and that is going to be Leon Eloy. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. is going to be there to fall on him to make sure he goes nowhere and is credited with the tackle. First down, 10 to go from the 12.
That wasn't Cole Arthur's best kick, but it worked out great for the Lions. That was outstanding coverage as they're going to pin them inside the 15. At the 13, Northwest will have the football, 1st and 10 from the 13 on the far hash, or left hash, if you will, going from left to right. 7:54 to go here in the third quarter. Things are getting interesting. 20-14, Lions trail.
Cam Young in at tailback. He'll be flexed off the left hip of Heffley. Heffley with the snap, looks left side, throws it quickly, caught at the, incomplete at the 16. He drops it, had it in his hands, and he was targeting number 1. That's E.J. Mason out of Jackson, Mississippi. And 11 catches for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns coming in. So it's second down and 10 from the 12. Lions trail 20-14. 7:50 clock stopped in the third quarter. Young flexed out of the backfield in motion, and he catches it as there was inside pressure, and getting rid of it quickly was Heffley, and he gets it to his tailback, Cam Young, up to the 18-yard line. He's going to be shy of the first down, so he's going to bring up a huge third down. Ray Elias Jr. with the tackle there.
Also, Keyshawn Lawrence was there to say hello. He took a shot.
Number 10, Keyshawn Lawrence on the tackle.
So trips wide side of the field to the left. Single receiver here on the near side. Heffley stands in the shotgun. Young flexed off his right hip. Rand Heffley, the quarterback, has trips wide side of the field to the left on 3rd down and 5. Here's the snap. Back to pass, throws it over the middle, and it is caught and ridden down just past the first down marker at the 24-yard line. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. is going to tackle Jacob Horn.
He'll have enough for the first down, but the bad thing was the right tackle was false start. He moved a little bit early, and the referees, they missed that all the way. And it's unfortunate because that was a big 3rd down. You could have backed him up. Frustration.
Did you see the same thing, Chris?
I didn't see him move, guys, but they're not watching the right tackles move. They're watching the wide receivers for false starts, seem to be tonight.
Here's the snap for the 24, and it's a handoff around the left side, and not going for much, maybe a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 9.
Going to note that Horn ran off the field a while ago. The previous play, limped off, if you will. So let's see what happens with him as he went to that sideline.
That was Cam Young with the 1-yard carry, so it's now 2nd and 9. Bracy back in there, flexed off the left hip of Heffley. Twins left side, ball placed middle of the field. Snap for their own 25, inside pressure, leaping up to try to block the throw, and now rolling around left side, getting to the third. No, there's no way that's a horse collar. There's absolutely no way that's a horse collar. Keyshawn Lawrence is going to grab the shoulder pad at the 30-yard line outside the numbers near the sideline of Heffley and throw him down. And Chris, if Buddy Stevens doesn't
that was
get a warning here, I'm going to be mad.
He's already pleading his case over here, guys, but I agree with you. There's no way that should be called a horse collar.
That is absolutely absolutely horrendous.
That was awful. I mean, he grabbed the jersey back around the armpit area.
I could see it from here. I could see it without my binoculars. My vision's getting a little blurred in my old age. That's going to spot the football at the 45. And Buddy Stevens just stands alone at the 30 here to our left. Just speechless. Heffley trying to catch this defense off guard. And now he's going to clamp his hands, looks to the far sideline. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. Facing a 4-man front. Here's the snap. They leave it with Bracy and tries to come up the middle, and he's going to be chopped down. That's Betts. No, that is Bracy. It is Bracy. Elias Jr. is going to make the tackle.
It was Bracy, and I can tell you, Jason, he was leaning forward, coming forward just a tad early. Again, no call. Bring up 2nd down and 8.
So here's the snap from the 47, inside handoff. Bracy is going to be stopped after a yard gain. Forward progress stopped at the 49-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. That's Keyshawn Lawrence to lead the charge for EMCC. 20-14. Northwest on top of EMCC. A horrendous horse collar call was made a moment ago. That's terrible.
And we're going to put a star by that one, I can tell you, because that was a big play.
Ball placed on the near hash with a 3rd and 6 at their own 49. Looking back to the far side is Heffley. Flexed off this right hip is Bracy. Twin receivers either side of the formation. Linebackers creeping up. Now they're going to go back out in coverage and firing near side. Intercepted! Down the numbers. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. Big 6 of 55 yards. Wow.
Boy, what an outstanding break on football right there on that hitch route. He came up, shot out of a cannon, drove on the route just like you want him to, stood in front of it and was gone. What an outstanding play right there defensively. So we don't have to put the asterisk by that terrible call on the horse collar.
Ham snaps it back to Beard. Cole Arthur is going to put it through the uprights, and it's a good PAT. 21-20 is our score. This crowd has come alive in Scuba, Mississippi. What a huge play back at 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network.
I am Michael Momo. I enrolled in computer programming at East Mississippi Community College. I knew when I moved to the U.S. from my home country of Nigeria that I wanted to continue my education in that field. The instructors are always available to help and have gone out of their way to make me comfortable and teach me in a way that I understand.
Yeah, we're back. I don't know what's going on.
EMCC has played a big role in laying the foundation for my future studies, for my career, and for my life.
So EMCC is taking the lead 21-20 after a 55-yard pick six for Lawrence Sullivan Jr. down the near side numbers. And after the PAT by Cole Arthur, EMCC has regained that lead. 4:19 to go in the third quarter. Jason Crowder here with you along with Glenn Beard, Chris Coleman on the sidelines. Arthur in his yellow shoes is going to kick it out of bounds at the 38-yard line near side. I mean, just tried to sky kick it just a little bit too far to the near side, and that's going to give some really good field position to Northwest, and you don't want to give them any momentum here.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want right there is they'll have the football about the 40-yard line, I believe.
21-20. EMCC on top. Good news here is Northwest isn't a threat from long distance as far as field goal range. Hamlin is 0 for 3 from 40 to 49 yards out. So Betts is back in there. He'll stand up behind Heflin, pistol formation. Clapping his hands is Heflin. He'll fake the give, throws out the flat far side. It's caught at midfield, enough for a first down and more. A gain of 11 down to the 49-yard line. That's Horn again. Reggie Neely will come in to make the tackle. 21-20, EMCC with the lead. Clock rolling in the third quarter. Down to 4 minutes exactly to go here in this third period.
First down, Rangers.
So the Rangers have the football at the EMCC 49, left hash. H-back shifts Davis from left side to right side. Play action, bootleg again, rolling out to the near side, firing it near side, and throwing it over Mason's head at around the 37-yard line into the EMCC bench near side. 3:41, clock stopped in the third quarter. Second down and 10. EMCC needs another stop here.
Amir Taylor just checked into the ball game. 6'2", 245-pound sophomore out of Starkville High School. She's a pretty good pass rusher. Second down and 10 coming up.
Pistol formation again. Heffley in the shot, or has Bracey lined up behind him. Will take the snap. Fakes the give. They pick up the blitzers and throwing it out across the middle. Picked off again at the 35. Rumbling outside the numbers at the 40, 45, midfield. And now the ball's going to come loose and it goes out of bounds. Or now Northwest says they have fallen on it. Let's go to Chris Coleman. I'm confused.
Yeah, it was just a great pickoff by the Lions again, but he was hit hard, fumbled the ball.
Hey, we're having some audio issues once again. Rodney Gross Jr. with the interception. Chris, I'm sorry about that. Every time we've been knocked offline, we have to reset things with our equipment for Chris. Chris, now we got you.
That's all right, guys. It was a great pick by the Lions. He was hit hard as he was traveling down the far sideline. Ball came back out, and the Rangers recovered.
All right, so the Rangers did recover. My goodness gracious alive.
Oh, man.
That's really tough to swallow there. I thought the ball might have gone out of bounds when the Rangers fell on it. It was right there at the boundary across the way.
Rangers will retain possession of the football.
So it's going to be a first down. First down, 10 to go from the 45 of EMCC. Heflin in the pistol formation turns, leaves it with Bracey, goes straight up the middle, and he's going to rumble down to about the 42. Check that, that's Betts.
It's number 34, Caden Betts.
Amir Taylor will knock him off his feet as he scrambled between the tackles. Man, I was like, EMCC has got to get a stop here, and they did.
Yeah,
Turned it right back over.
Got to ask the statistician, how's that scored? Turnover and turnover?
Yeah. Pistol formation again. Clapping the hands, Heflin. He'll leave it with Betts. Goes around left side, and it's nothing but Green. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 25-yard line. He gets the first down. And that's Jamori Evans who's going to shove him out of bounds across the way. Boy, Betts hit that hole around the left end, and there was just no red jerseys could get a hand on it.
Really working the left side over there offensively, Jason. They see something. They're able to pin the defensive end pretty easily.
Facing a four-man front, claps his hands. Heffley will take the snap, fires it near side. It's caught at the numbers at the 21, and that's going to be Sheffield who's going to be pulled down. And grabbing his shoulder pads was Ray Elias Jr. and pulled him down, and I was a little bit concerned at that moment they were going to throw a horse collar penalty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've seen worse.
Yep. So with 2:07, 2:06, 2:05, county clock, third quarter. Now with 14 to snap it, Northwest is going to break huddle and come up on the football to 21. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash. Heffley snap, leaves it on the ground. Betts right up the middle, breaking tackles, gets inside the 10. It's first down to goal to go for the 9. They're making the tackle, Keno Shelby. Betts has come off the bench and running with authority. They're ready to snap it again, and they do from the 9-yard line. They give it with Betts, goes around the right side, slips a tackle, slips another, gets to the end zone, touchdown. And he's going to run it in from 9 yards out. And what could have been, it's 26-21, pinning the PAT with 1:27 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, missed tackles in the backfield right there, Jason. Had opportunity to get him in the backfield, but he was able to squirt through, and then before you know it, made it to the end zone. So 1:27 to go here in the third, 26-21, pending the extra point. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, they are. And what Northwest did was the wind was knocked out of EMCC when they lost the ball back, and then they just kind of went up-tempo and used Betts to just kind of run on that EMCC defense. Little razzle-dazzle, double reverse. They pass it back near side, and it's caught. And that's Heffley who's going to make the reception. And it's 28-21. EMCC is down by 7 with the ball coming back their way. When we come back in 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Radio Network.
I'm Josh Acker.
I'm Darian King.
My name's Cameron Boone.
I'm Eli Anderson. We're student athletes at East Mississippi. Thanks for watching our broadcast and for your support of EMC Athletics.
Hey, East Mississippi is truly a family, and we invite all of you to learn more about us.
Please visit eastms.edu to learn more about EMCC. And while you're there, you can click on the Community tab to learn more about our foundations and ways that you can help support our college and our student athletes.
Thanks again for watching.
Go Lions!
Is 45 yards, a minute 56 off the clock, a little double reverse and a throwback to Heffley for the 2-point conversion after the 9-yard touchdown run by Betts. PAT good. 28-21 is our score. With EMCC down by 7. Visit EMCC Athletics home on the web for live broadcast, news, stats, schedules, and more. Visit www.emccathletics.com. High end over end kick. It's going to bounce in the bottom of the L, and Lions in the south end zone to our right, and it's going to be a touchback. Eli Hamlin has been really, really good with his leg on kickoffs, a lot like our Cole Author for EMCC. And you got to shake this one offensively. You got to get back in that rhythm, Glenn. You need to go up tempo and hit a couple of those passes and get the run game going again. And they're going to try to do that with Mike McGowan. I mean, he's done a really good job of reeling off some real estate here in this game.
Couldn't agree with you more. We've got to get some first downs and mainly to rest our defense.
Yep. Here's the shotgun snap for the 25 inside handoff, and McGowan's going to move his legs, and that rugby scrum's going to be pushed to the left as the EMCC's moving right to left, and getting out across the 30 up to the 31 is McGowan. 1:13 counting clock, third quarter, 28-21 is our score. Making the stop is Xavier Warren. Plus a whole host of Rangers, three-man front for the Rangers. And they fake the give, throwing it near side, caught 45, shaking the man at the 50, and can't shake him inside the 40, and that's Tommy Johnson Jr. And that's Byron Tank Pearson who's going to pull him down. Tommy Johnson is going to make the first down reception. And now the Lions are at the 35-yard line, Glenn, moving from right to left.
Yeah, I want to go fast right here.
First down, Lions.
Here's the snap, inside handoff to McGowan, still turning those legs between the hash and the numbers. So Pearson will make the stop.
Number 4, Mike McGowan. Host of Rangers converging with the tackle. Gain 4 yards.
And here's the snap, inside handoff to McGowan, and he's going to dance down to the 27. Let's go. Omar Pugh will make the tackle. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter.
That brings the third quarter to a close with your score, the Rangers 28.
And we're back here in Scuba. We apologize to the radio listeners. For some reason, we're having some equipment issues, but we're reconnected, and we're going to take a 1-minute timeout. When we return, we'll start the fourth quarter. It's a 3rd down and 3 for EMCC inside Northwest Territory, inside the 30. This is the EMCC Football Network. What? You don't.
Opportunity to visit the East Mississippi Community College Scuba campus during a high school marching band competition. From that moment on, I knew I wanted to be a part of the Mighty Lion Band. EMCC not only provided me with a band scholarship, but other academic and activity scholarships as well. At EMCC, I am able to complete the first 2 years of my music education coursework all at a fraction of the cost of a regional university.
East Mississippi Community College, where you create your own future and your dreams become reality. Start your career at a nationally ranked community college. Why go anywhere else? East Mississippi Community College. Your future, our mission.
Mississippi, it's a 3rd down and 3.
Omar Connor at quarterback.
Ethan Connor's going to check in, take the snap, but we have a timeout called by Northwest. And so we're going to pause 30 seconds. 28-21 EMCC trailing Northwest as we're 1 tick inside the fourth quarter of play. This is the EMCC Football Network. (28-21) EMCC trailing Northwest as they put that 1 second back on the clock. We have 15 minutes to go, so technically this next play is going to start the fourth quarter. And Chris, Northwest didn't like what they saw with Ethan Connor out there, quarterback, and he's back out there again on 3rd down and 3 from the 27.
Yeah, it was a new look for the Lions, and they needed to talk about it, so they took that timeout.
All right, Kadarius Callaway is going to be flanked off his right shoulder. Moving from left to right, ball on the left hash. Here's the snap. They're going to leave it with Callaway. He tries to go behind the left tackle, and I don't think he has enough for the first down, and he's going to, there he fumbled the football, and Northwest comes out of there with it, but the officials have not said, is he down?
White Hat's got his fist up as if it's fourth down.
Yeah, they're saying fourth down, guys.
Callaway just couldn't get a push. Thank you, Chris. Down on the sidelines. Clock rolling with 14:34 to go in this game. EMCC down by 7. Connor's going to stay out there at quarterback. He's in the shotgun. He's going to take it around the right side, and he's not going to get it. He is not going to get it. They're going to stop him. He's going to lose a yard back to the 27-yard line. And, Glenn, they just blew up that right side of the EMCC offensive line, and it was Hibbler who was leading the charge.
Yeah, they took out defensive backs and put in extra D linemen and just went with a 6-man front and walked down the linebackers. I mean, it was 10 men in the box and one DB out there on the wide receiver and said, here we come. One of those things right there, Jason, if you do a little poke and then have a tight end or something that squeaks out of there, you probably have a big play and possibly a touchdown.
So coming out is Bracey at tailback. Heffley, who has a 2-point conversion reception to be a quarterback. Pistol formation. They bring Sheffield in motion from right to left. That's near side to far inside. Handoff, and boy, they smacked Bracey in the mouth right at the line of scrimmage. And boy, this EMCC defense looked a little bit irritated as Devin Lofton was ready to pop Bracey in the mouth. And I like to see that fire from this EMCC defensive unit. It kind of almost looked like they made a frustration tackle there. Second down and 10, so no gain. Ball on the 28-yard line. Ball placed near hash, moving from right to left, the Rangers. Flex off the right side is Bracey again, rolling right, throwing it in the dirt as he was trying to find Kevin Davis out in the flat on the right side, incomplete from Heffley, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 situation. You just look at a couple of
big third down right here.
It's a huge 3rd down. You look at a couple of situations for EMCC where they had that interception by Rodney Gross Jr. and fumbled it away after a nice return. Clapping his hands is Heflin. Now he'll look back at the far sideline. 3rd down, 10, ball on the 28 of Northwest. They're moving from right to left. Crowd here on the near side gets loud. Heffley with one to snap it, finally gets it off. And now has to step up in the pocket, rolls around the right side, and they guard the sticks. But do they stop him? They push him out of bounds close to the first down marker.
He's short. He's short of the first down, Jason.
Up at the 36.5. Keyshawn Lawrence is going to ride him out of bounds very hard.
It'll be 4th, and I think maybe 1 or less than 1.
He's got to get to the 38, and it's the nose of the football is right on the 37, so it's a full yard.
And officials timeout.
Broke the chain over there.
That's right. Well, here's the good news. The time is 9:12 on the clock, and we were probably at halftime last week, maybe.
Yeah.
After all those TV timeouts. 13:34 on the clock here, and they're going to try to fix the chains.
Should be 4th down.
Some of the crowd trying to – they finally get to it. And so Northwest going to have to punt it away.
That was a big stop right there on
stop.
3rd down.
Yeah, and watch for the fake. I mean, they've done it once. I know this isn't on the plus side of the field, but back deep to receive for EMCC is going to be Reggie Neely. He'll stand inside the 25. Out to punt this one away. Shade Foster, and it's a snapback kick is high up. It's going to bounce between the hash and the numbers at the 30. And it's going to roll down to the 25-yard line. And EMCC will have it 1st down, 10 to go from their own 25, moving left to right.
I think they hit a Ranger about the 30.
Yeah, that was the big roar and reaction, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it actually, when it come down, the guy was running forward, actually landed right on top of his helmet. So that's exactly where he touched it.
Big defensive stop right there for the Lions, though. We'll take it. Offensively, we need a drive with a touchdown right here.
So here comes the CMCC offense out. Kadarius Callaway is going to be the tailback on this drive. Eli Anderson's in the shotgun. Twin receivers either side of the formation. Ball on the left hash at their own 30. There's a snap to the face mask, throwing it over the middle, leaping up, making a grab at the 45-yard line, and then trying to dive forward to the 46. And making that reception for EMCC is going to be Chambers. Devin Bell is going to make the tackle. Chambers has just been absolutely on fire in the last couple of games. First down to EMCC. Trips wide side of the field, near side. They fake the bubble screen on the pump fake. Now they come near side, and it's thrown into the hands of Northwest at the 43. There's a fumble. Boy, this has just gotten really, really sloppy. I think Northwest is going to fall on it, guys.
I don't understand why force that throw it out of bounds and live for the next play. That was just
It's going to be Rangers balls.
I tell you what, that's two costly interceptions. I mean, this one could prove even more costly. It's a 7-point game. 12th. You feel like you've kind of been treading water most of this game. And what they did, folks, was they had the bubble screen set up on the near side. They pump fake to it and then forced it after Northwest covered it.
The Lions' 41-yard line.
That was a costly mistake.
Gotta throw that football away.
And EMCC had some momentum too. So first down, 10 to go from the 42, moving right to left. 12:33 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Here's the snap. They leave it with Betts. Goes behind the right guard. He's going to turn his way down to the 37-yard line. They're making the stop, Amir Taylor.
Jason, you can bet we're not going to be like it was last week, where with the lead, the opponent's going to come out and throw three straight.
No.
this bunch right here is just a ground and pound you to death and grind that clock out. So we got to have something happen. We got to have some big stops right here.
Gain 5 yards until the second down.
12:02 county clock, fourth quarter. Clapping his hands for the pistol formation is Heffley. He's going to leave it on the ground with Betts again. Betts, with great pad levels, going to get the first down to the 30-yard line. Boy, those running backs are just absolutely tough. Keyshawn Lawrence will make the stop.
Looked like we had him right there at the line of scrimmage, and then he just kind of turned sideways, if you will, and just slashed through there and was able to get the first down.
That was all Betts there getting that first down. Spotted the football. It's going to be on the 30, moving right to left. County clock, 11:32 to go in this game. Coming up on the line of scrimmage is that offensive line down to the EMCC 30. Pistol formation. Been in the pistol a lot here in this game, and it's a handoff around the right side. Still on his feet. Betts still on his feet. Still trying to tackle him at the numbers down to the 10-yard line. And these tailbacks here in this second half for Northwest just taking over. Ray Elias Jr. will make the tackle. They come up on the football at the 10-yard line. First down and goal to go. Heffley will clap his hands. He'll take the snap, turns, leaves it with Betts. Betts goes around the right side. This time he's going to be hit at the waist and dropped inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Making the tackle is going to be Chamori Evans. So it's going to bring up a second down and goal situation from around the 8. 28-21, EMCC trails Northwest here in the fourth quarter.
Gain 2 yards, brings up second down.
The Lions with a very costly turnover just a moment ago as Bracey's going to check back into the contest. Looks like they've got a right guard out there standing behind Heffley in the pistol formation. They're going to overload that line of scrimmage on the right side. Here's the snap, turning towards the right, handing it off to Bracey, and he's just going to knock over some EMCC guys. He gets to the end zone, and that's bully ball right there, folks. And Bracey just said, you can't stop me. I dare you to try. And he gets into the end zone, and I saw red jerseys flying around that goal line, and that's going to be an 8-yard touchdown run. It's 34-21, Northwest pinning the PAT.
Eli Hamlin to attempt the extra.
Oh, that's just big boy football right there, Jason. Run it down your throat, make you like it. Nothing you can do about it.
That is the biggest offensive line I think I've seen this season. And that's counting D1. Snap is back. The hold is good, and the kick is good. And EMCC finds themselves behind the 8 ball, down 14 with 10-17 to go here in this game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. Goal decline for EMCC. 10-17 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. It's 35-21. It's a 14-point lead for the North Division rivals, Northwest, who made the long trek from Senatobia down to Scuba. And coming up is Hamlin on the football at the 35. He kicks it high end over end, taken to the 5-yard line by MCC. 10, 15 at the numbers 20, exploding at the 30, 35, 40, staying on his feet. That's Callaway at the 45 of Northwest and getting out of bounds. And that is a huge play that EMCC needs, and it came from special teams as Jordan Johnson will knock him out of bounds here on the near side.
Yeah, that was a huge return that the Lions needed for sure.
Now, EMCC needs to score quickly. You know, Gulf Coast was a tough football team, and it was miraculous to come back, but Northwest is on a different level, and it's trips wide to the left. Ball placed near Ash at the 41 of Northwest. Callaway in motion out of the backfield. Here's the snap. They looked to set up the slip screen, caught by Duke Miller, hit from behind and pushed forward to the 35. He got hit hard in the hip, making the tackle Omar Pugh. So it's a gain of about 6 on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 4, down to the 35 of Northwest. Ball still placed near hash. 9:46 county clock, fourth quarter. EMCC down 14, 35-21. Trips left again. Anderson calls for the football. Receives the pass back. Leaves it with Callaway. Hit the backfield. Drop the backfield. I think he's going to lose 3 yards back to the 38. And he's tackled by Omar Pugh. A little extracurricular activity, but nothing comes of it.
Omar Pugh.
Tell you what, Omar Pugh, he loses his helmet there and has to go out of play for a play because of losing that helmet. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. 3rd and 6, back at the 38 after the loss of 3 on the play. Fade pattern near side, and it is almost called incomplete. Duke Miller looks around for a pass interference penalty and doesn't get it at the 20, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Decision time for EMCC.
You got to go for it. You're down 2 scores. 9 minutes left to go in the 4th.
It's true. And it's kind of go for it territory no matter what the situation, really, in all honesty. So it's 4th down. You would like to get a couple of the, just didn't want that tackle in the backfield for the TFL. Trips left. Shotgun snap. Flushed out of the pocket near side. Anderson squares. Fires downfield. It's picked off again. Nope, incomplete. But that's what they wanted to do because if you intercept it there, it's Pearson again. He's been all over the field. Byron Tank Pearson.
Rangers will take over on that.
And now this defense has got to come back out on the field again. And they've got to try to find a way to get that ball back.
Yeah, need a turnover for sure. They got to stop the run. They're going to have to stop the run right here, and it's just a matter. And that big offensive line, they average over 300 pounds. They're 6'4", 6'6", 6'4", 6'4", 6'3", 340, 315, 320, 310. I mean, they're huge.
Speaking of huge, Betts, he's back out there. We talk about Bracy, but Betts is big in his own right. Might be a little bit quicker as he gets up to the 45.
It's number 34, Caden Betts.
It's gotten chilly here at the ballpark. Chris, you holding up down there?
Everything's good down here, guys. Back and forth from right to left on this sideline, so staying warm.
All right, thank you, Chris. Tell you what, the weather kind of messes with those sinuses a little bit. So it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard gain by Betts. And Glenn, I could bet you they're just going to run some clock here. And yeah, you're correct. You're not going to see a team that's going to come up here and start throwing it. Still baffled by the play calling last week by Mississippi Gulf Coast. Inside handoff, 1st down and more inside Lion territory across the 50 down to the 47, and that's a between the tackles run for Betts.
It's number 34, Caden Betts.
He knocked off his feet by Joshua Jackson. Under 8 minutes to go in this game. 7:57, 7:56 county clock. And this is that situation when you're down by 14 or down by 7, there's nothing you could do because they're controlling the clock right now. And plus, they're on the plus side of the field, down to the 47 of EMCC. Shotgun pistol formation. They turn, leave it with Betts, goes around the right side, and You see red jerseys flying around in there, but you just keep seeing that white jersey stay on his feet. It gets down to the 41. Stephen Catlett Jr. will knock him off his feet. But he's just so hard to get down at first initial contact. Betts is 12, carries 93 yards. Bracey has 25, carries 130.
Yeah, the run's been tough tonight.
Yeah, rushing yards, 263 for Northwest. The 41 on the right side, right hash, you should say. They leave it with Betts. He's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, though, up to the down to the 40, I should say. So it's going to bring up a third down. He's tackled by Tavante Bond.
Tackle made by number 90, LaJoshua Jackson.
So it's going to bring up a third down and 3 with 6:44 to go in this game. Just eating up that clock. 17 seconds before they have to snap it. And now they're going to shift and overload that right side of the line of scrimmage on third down and short, and they leave it with Bracey. Goes around the right side as the first down. Gets inside the 35, down to the 33. So a fresh set of downs, and Keno Shelby will knock him off his feet.
Number 3, Jamarius Bracey on the carry.
6:07, 6:06. Clock rolling.
Ball is spotted at the line.
Nothing special, Jason. Just big boy football. We're going to block man on, double team everything at the line of scrimmage, try to slide off to the backers, give it to that big running back, and let him slash and do what he can do. And it's just been 5 and 6 yards per carry right here.
Ball on the right hash, inside handoff. Bracey's going to be hit. Squirts free. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. Squirts free. Rugby scrum on the right hash as they get inside the 25, close to a first down. The offensive line gets in there. Ray Elias Jr. is going to make the tackle, but you talked about big boy football. They're big boys that just moved out.
Yeah, they're huge. And you know, they have controlled the line of scrimmage, especially the last 2 series. So it's one of those things, guys, if you're getting whipped that bad, you got to get down and make a pile right there at least to give your linebackers an opportunity. Otherwise, you're getting pushed back into the linebackers, and they can't make a play if you're in the way.
Yeah. Basically, this has been upper and lower body strength for this offense. Snap on first down for the 23, inside handoff. And there's red jerseys everywhere, and they're pushing back Bracey. And he's going to get forward progress inside the red zone down to the 19. Stephen Catlett Jr. will make the tackle. So another red zone trip for this Northwest Ranger team. Right now, they're not worried about points. They're just worried about getting another first down, trying to eat as much clock as they can. It's 4:32 on the clock. I tell you what, it's just a helpless feeling. When you're winding down that clock and you need the ball back, and you need the ball back quickly. Offense, now they're not going to snap it till about 2 on the play clock, and they do. Bracey, big hole up the middle inside the 10, and he's hit, goes down at about the 9. And it's another first down. First down goal to go for Northwest. Keno Shelby will make the tackle. It's going to be under 4 minutes to play in the game before they snap it again. Holmes defeats Northeast tonight, 34-31, the final score. Also, Colin defeats Coahoma tonight, 35-10. Another final, it's Southwest 24, East Central 20. Jones defeats Hines, 31-24. 3:40 county clock here in this game. 35-21, EMCC down 14. First down, goal to go for the 9 of EMCC for Northwest. Bracey around the right side, and there's about 9 EMCC red jerseys over there to make the stop. He's going to lose yardage 2 to be exact, back at the 11. Elijah Davis will lead the charge there.
Lions convergent for the tackle.
3:15 county clock, 35-21, EMCC trails.
Loss of 2 yards.
You just feel helpless as a broadcaster, too. You know, there's nothing we could do at any point in the game.
Yeah, you go back, though, Jason, you think about it, it's turnovers. Turnovers has been the issue tonight.
So it's second down and 11. Here's the snap. His second goal from the 11, I should say. Inside handoff. I thought he scored in 3, but that was an offensive lineman, yeah. So it's going to bring up a third and goal situation for the 6.
It's number 34.
2:35 to go.
Gain 5 yards to the 6-yard line.
So down to the 6. So it's a pistol formation. 35-21. Heffley will take the snap, leaves it with his tailback Bracey. He's going to break a tackle in the backfield. He's going to get inside the 5, down to about the 3 with 2 minutes to go.
Timeout, East Mississippi. First charge timeout, second half.
We'll be back in a moment with the remainder of the final 1:56 on the clock. Back in 30 seconds. It's EMCC football on the Lions Radio Network.
Opportunity happens at East Mississippi Community College. The opportunity to jumpstart your education with our affordable tuition and financial aid options. The opportunity to explore many career paths with our industry-leading workforce training and academic programs. The opportunity to become a national champion on and off the field. Turn opportunity into reality. Register today at East Mississippi Community College. Opportunity happens here.
It's 4th down and 3 inside. 2 minutes to play in this game for Northwest. And they're going to kick it. It's a 20-yard attempt. Eli Hamlin's going to attempt this one from 20 yards out, kicking from right to left. Ball on the right hash. Left hash, I should say. That's near side with the 3. And the snap is clean. Kick is clean. It's good.
The kick is good.
And EMCC is up 38-21 with 1:52 to go. We're going to keep it right here.
Yeah, Jason, it's just Northwest ground and pound's just been too much. They've got 2 100-yard rushers on the night. One's getting close to 200. In Bracey, he's got 30 carries for 159. And then Betts has 15 carries for 102. So, rush yards tonight, we've given up over 301. That's a
tough stat.
That's a pretty tough stat to swallow. And of course, when you have that much running game, your time of possession is through the roof as well.
Yeah.
So it's one of those two-edged swords. And I can tell you that time of possession 39 minutes 18 seconds to just 18:50 for East Mississippi.
Back deep to receive. Callaway near hash inside the 10.
Sorry, Jason. If there was a stat for controlling the line of scrimmage, was just it. I told him to you.
Fair catch called for by the up back at the 24-yard line near hash. And this EMCC team looks frustrated, and that's Colin Crowder, linebacker out of Chunky, Mississippi. No relation that I know of. Colin's going to have it at the 24. Hey, we're going to have something to make us laugh. This is tough. 38-21. It's a tough North Division loss for sure.
Ball is
1:52 to go.
First down.
Here's a snap from the near hash. Throwing it quickly to Duke Miller, 29. Tries to go upfield out across the 30-35, and he's going to get to the 36-yard line. Fred Harris Jr. is going to knock him off his feet. That's enough for a first down. EMCC's got to go quickly. He did not get out of bounds. 137, 136.
Gain 10 yards.
Twin receivers either side. Snap from the 35. Inside pocket collapses, and he's going to be hit and drop back at the 32. And making the sack is going to be Keelan Williams. 1:20 to go. We'll have a short post-game show for you coming up here momentarily to get ready for next week's action with Oklahoma. The snap throw over the middle across to the 36-yard line, back to the original line. Well, they just got to the 35, so a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. Dalen Powell make the tackle. Josh Akka is going to make the reception. Under a minute to play. Now 50 seconds remaining. Ball placed near hash. In the shotgun is Eli Anderson, trips wide side of the field. Here's the snap, back to pass, collapses is the pocket, and he's going to collapse inside the 30 down at the 29. Omar Pugh, the second sack on this offensive series for EMCC, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Lions are going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, I don't think they're going
to. Well, they don't. That's going to be it.
Yeah.
24 seconds on the game clock, and there's 24 on the play clock. So
back to the 34-yard line. Correction, 29-yard line.
16 seconds, now 15 seconds. And Glenn, let's get ready for next week. Colma comes in. They're not going to be a pushover. So Lions,
no, not at all.
Still have a chance. Got some work to do. The Northwest is going to celebrate on the far side. They're going to go to 5-0. EMCC is going to drop to 3-2 and 1-1 in North Division play. 38-21 the final scores. The clock reads all zeros. Your final thoughts?
Jason, turnovers and Lord, the run game Northwest, very impressive. I mean, both of those backs are big. You can't say enough about the offensive line of Northwest. Just on the line of scrimmage. That's the name of. That's the difference in this ball game tonight. Is